Pete?
To another Wednesday. It's muted, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Trust me.
It's just dead, yeah.
Trust me, the week I do it on my phone, it mutes me. But hey, everybody, and welcome back to another Wednesday night movie live stream. Hope you're all doing well, and thank you for joining us for another fun-full night of movie chat. It's me, Pete, Playtendoguy, and I'm joined as always by Andy from Forgotten World Movies.
Hey, everyone.
Mike from Cinema Axeman.
Hello.
Unfortunately, Nige can't make it tonight. He isn't very well, and Scott's taken a break for a couple of weeks, but we all hope Nige has a speedy recovery. But tonight we're joined by...
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. But tonight we're joined by two very special guests. We've got Sam, the handsome Yorkshire lad.
How do?
And we've also got Jamie Batman here.
Oh, yeah.
Hope you're all doing well, and thanks for joining the stream, both Sam and Jamie.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me, Pete.
Yeah, been wanting to get you back on the stream for a little while, Sam. It's always a pleasure to chat to you. Great to see your both music and your movie knowledge and all your passion about it.
Oh, bless you, mate. Thank you for the kind words. And hopefully there isn't going to be as much as technical difficulties as the last time I was on the stream, which was Wednesday, the 16th of August.
You remember the day? Wow.
Yeah.
I love how you remember these dates. I'm just agreeing because I honestly can't remember the dates. Fantastic.
Yeah, I could tell you the first time I ever was on one of your live streams if you want, Pete.
Go ahead.
My first ever live stream appearance, and Scott, JT, James JT at the movies, Andy and Mike was on Wednesday the 12th of April.
That is impressive. That is very impressive. Brilliant
so yeah,
stuff.
It's great that I can remember a lot of these dates and what happened and that.
You got a very good memory there, but brilliant
Thank you.
stuff. And it's always a pleasure to have you on the stream, mate. It's always
Cheers,
a delight.
buddy. Thank you.
And the same goes for you, Jamie.
Thank you.
Whilst he munches on his after eight or something.
No, it's like an Oreo thing, a big Oreo thing.
Very nice. Very nice. So anyway, before we get into the comments, as we always ask, like, what are some of the films that you've watched over the past week? So Sam, do you want to go first?
Absolutely, mate. It's been mostly horror for me, P. I've, kind of been diving into my horror binge. As I always do, like with every October, I just watch pretty much nothing but horror. But I will talk about the non-horror stuff first. I watched the TV series of Boiling Point, which was absolutely brilliant. It's one
Stephen
of the best...
Graham.
Yeah, and Finette Robinson, I believe, and it's one of the best TV shows of the year. I absolutely loved it. I'm really looking forward to the new, TV series on Netflix next week with Stephen Graham called Bodies, I think it's called, that detective drama. And I need to catch up on Time as well with him, Sean Bean, and then Jodie Whittaker's going to be in season 2 as well.
Oh, cool. Isn't that the prison one, Time?
It is, I believe so, mate, yeah.
Ah, nice. Nice. Great.
So that's great. And just a bit more of Batman the Animation Series. I'm absolutely loving that still. And I watched Batman Forever again. I've got a big soft spot for that film. And I need to...
a fun one.
If they've got the soundtrack on vinyl, I'll have to rectify that because it's got a banging soundtrack to
Sam, I've got to ask you a question. When watching it, did Jim Carrey as a Riddler ever look like Annie Lennox to you?
That never really springs to mind, really, May. I think when I think about it, he has got like sort of a similar sort of like style of hair, perhaps. But yeah, I can see that as well. I think he's so much fun as the Riddler in that, and Batman.
Tommy Cooper's pretty well as well. As
Tommy Cooper,
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, but really fun movie. And hopefully me and my friend Jay, next Wednesday we're gonna go to a couple of pubs, get a couple of drinks, and then we're gonna watch Batman and Robin next Wednesday. Really
Well, you'll
excited
have a
for
good
that.
time with that one, especially with a few drinks inside you.
Oh, definitely, mate. And then I rewatched Travosky's Stalker for like the ninth time. Absolutely love that. And crikey, what else? And of course, Pete, as we were saying before, I did meet John Mondo Chelovek last Thursday. We went to go and see Assault on Premise 13 at Tyneside Cinema. That was really great. Really,
I haven't seen that one
revisiting.
before.
Have you not, mate? I thought
Nope.
you've actually seen that one.
No, that's one of the few Carpenters I haven't seen.
Yeah, it's really good, Pete. It was kind of because the first time I watched it was actually during lockdown, but then it was kind of like the first time. Sorry, the second time I've seen the film. You know, it was like 3 years ago since I last watched it. So really great to see that again, and it was actually John's first time at Tyneside in like nearly 40 years. He told me, so it was great for him to return to that cinema again. So really good stuff. And
sounds like a lovely and special day for the pair of you.
yeah, we really enjoyed it, and we had a good like time at HMV as well. And talking of Tyneside, P, me and Ryan next Tuesday we're going to go and see the Old Oak, that new Ken Loach film, and
very nice.
You still need to book the tickets, and later that day. Me and Mike, did you see that? I'm hoping to go and see Dead Man's Shoes. So that'll be an absolutely fantastic day ahead.
That is a great film. You've seen that before, haven't you, Sam? Dead Man's Shoes?
Definitely, mate. It's probably one of my favourite films ever, Pete. Absolutely love it.
Fantastic films.
And a lot of people have got to thank Jordan Movie Worm for recommending that film, and me included. So yeah, very excited for next Tuesday. And next Wednesday as well, when I'm pissed watching Batman and Robin. So, and onto the horror stuff now. I watched Psycho 3 and 4 for the first time.
Nice.
Psycho 3, I really enjoyed. It was a big surprise for me. Not a patch on the first two films, because Psycho 2 is actually my personal favourite. And Psycho 4 is kind of like the black sheep of the franchise, but I still really enjoyed it. Had a really good time with that one. So, yeah, very awesome franchise. And the 4K on them look really good as well. And I watched the film Ghost Story from 1981. I think the biggest actor in that is Melvin Douglas. I think Mike, you've seen that, haven't you? Ghost Story.
Yeah. I remember enjoying it. Yeah, it's got the guy from Nightmare on Elm Street 3 in, the doctor.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah. So yeah, it's a good one. Very underrated film that, and then well, all you guys are going to approve of this. After only seeing the original, just for the number of years, I finally dived into the rest of the Elm Street series, and I've watched part 2 for the first time. Freddy's Revenge.
Brilliant.
It was good.
What you thought? You liked it?
I really enjoyed it, Pete. I did prefer Nancy as a protagonist than Jesse, but Jesse, you could still tell, obviously you were rooting for his character still, and I wasn't as keen on the mother and father in it. I thought they were a little bit stale compared to Nancy's parents in the original, but still a fun film. And my God, the scene in that, the scene in the gymnastics scene, that was pretty brutal. So yeah, good film. And I probably at the minute just it's kind of just a close second to the original. I watched part 3, Dream Warriors, which I thought was so much fun. I loved it, P. It was great to see Nancy return, and then you obviously got yeah, you've got what is it, Patrice Arquette in it, and or Artek, I think it is, and then you've
Lawrence
got
Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne in it, yeah, the young Lawrence Fishburne. So really good cast in that one, and yeah, it was so enjoyable, so much fun, and I think part four's meant to be one of the weaker films in the franchise, but I think it's meant to be at least better than parts 5 and 6. So I look forward to checking that out. And then just a couple more, P. Today I watched the Brood from David Cronenberg.
Like that film, that's a good one.
Such a good film. That's so underrated. And Oliver Reed is quite sort of he's very much kind of a bit of an imitating. He plays a bit of an imitating character in that, and someone that you kind of bit on the fence with. But his performance in it is brilliant as this Doctor. And yeah, it's such a chilling ending, that one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, very, no pun intended, Pete, brooding is the word I would describe it. So very cool film, that. And then just before I hopped on the stream, I watched the original Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
Very nice.
Which is
what
also, yeah, it was the second time I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. It's a great, creepy little film that it clocks in at like 74 minutes. So yeah, I would say, Pete, it's in the 2 for £15 premium deal at the minute, because there's a selection of horror films in the 2 for 15, and that's one of them. So I definitely recommend checking that one out. It's definitely very cool little film, that some good practical effects in there as well.
Yeah, I've heard Nige recommend it a few times. Is it like the front cover of it is like black with like red writing of "Don't Be Afraid of the Dark"?
Yeah, that's the one. And it was actually Bumpers Movies how I came about that film through one of his previous videos. But yeah, very fun little film, that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And for the rest of the month, it is just going to be mainly horror and a couple other things that I'll no doubt will check out for sure.
Brilliant. And as it's the month of Halloween, I'm going to ask, give me one random horror film that you'd recommend to everybody at home to give a watch. It can be well known, it can be underrated.
Wow.
Just one film. Anything.
That's a really good question, that, Pay.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you all guys to think about it, and then when I've done my what I've watched, then I'll ask you guys, so it gives you something all to think about.
No worries, mate.
Okay, so what about you, Jamie? What have you watched in the past week?
I think it was last week, I think it was about after 12 one night, and I was like, I didn't know what to watch, and I was like, what do I watch? And I watched Bodies.
That's a good film.
Yeah.
I went in completely blind, and I was like, yeah, I watched it. I was just like, I just sat there, and I was like, there was nothing grabbing my attention. I was like, and then as soon as the thing that happened about half an hour in, I was like, oh, it started to get it got a bit better, but it took a while to get going. But yeah, it was interesting. I did a complete Saw marathon, and for Saw X, I will talk about Saw X, but I won't spoil anything, so don't panic.
No.
Yeah, it's so good. I absolutely loved it. So basically, this isn't a spoiler because it's in the trailer. So the premise of the film is obviously set weeks after the events of the original Saw, which is my favourite horror film ever. Tobin Bell, basically, he's got his cancer, and he's basically trying to come to terms with his cancer, and he's adjusting to it, and he goes to basically travels to Mexico to try and get it removed. He finds out that they never removed his cancer, so he tries to get revenge on the people who do it. you actually, I know it's strange, but you actually, in this, you actually really care about him as a character. It does have a bit of an emotional punch. I think there is a scene in the film I'm not going to say, and I think it's the best scene in the entire franchise. Obviously, Amanda Young comes back. Obviously, she's revealed in the trailer, and I think if they was going to do another one, I think they could do one more.
Yep.
Because I think there's a little bit of time after 2 before 3, so I think they could do another, and it is literally the best Turbin Bell ever been, and obviously is the main protagonist. So it basically took 10 films for him to get he's literally got like, he's finally got the spotlight and his time to shine, and it was just perfect. But all in all, I absolutely loved it.
Brilliant. Is it your favourite of the sequels?
I think it's probably the best. Yeah. Even Sean Chandler. Sean Chandler's not a massive fan of the Saw films like me, and he actually put Saw X at number 1, and he actually said it's the 10th film in the franchise and it's the best one, and I kind of agree.
It's really come out of nowhere to surprise a lot of people, because when it was announced, like, we're getting a Saw 10, a lot of people were like, really? And it's done really well for itself.
It's not actually like, there's not like gore after gore after gore after gore. I think the main focus is on this is Turbin Bell, and obviously you really do care about him as a character. Even I had a tear or two, I'm not going to lie. But
you cried a bit at Saw 10.
Yeah.
Wow.
It just had a bit
Is your favourite still the first one?
My favourite horror ever is still the first. My favourite horror ever is still the first one, but I think I just prefer Saw X because of the emotional punch and stuff.
Great stuff. Brilliant. You seen anything else this week, Jamie?
I think that's it. But just one more thing out of Paw Patrol, Saw X, and the creator. Which one do you think made the most money?
Pup Patrol.
It was actually Paw Patrol, and then it was Saw X, and then it was the creator.
Yeah, I had a funny feeling Pup Patrol would do very well.
Oh, and there is I'm not going to spoil it, but there is a credit clip in the Saw X, which I won't spoil.
Okay. Oh, thank you for letting us know, Jamie. Brilliant selection of watches there.
Oh, thank you.
What about you, Andy? What have you been watching over the past week?
Not too many. I watched a film on Sunday with C. Thomas Howell called Secret Admirer, which I absolutely loved.
Yeah.
Thought that was great. I watched The Beyond on Monday. Had a great time with that. I've just finished watching a film with James Woods called The Boost. That was pretty good. Well, it's quite depressing actually, that film. And last night I went to see in 4K The Exorcist at the cinema.
Fantastic. That looked amazing on the big screen.
Yeah, I was sat on the front row. It was amazing.
Brilliant. Was it the director's cut?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Brilliant stuff.
I've got to give props to how it sounds. It sounds incredible.
I can imagine it looks really nice on the big screen.
Yeah, that bit at the beginning where like the blacksmiths are just like hammering that piece of metal. It's just sounds incredible.
Yeah. I've known a lot of people gone to go and see it for the 50th anniversary show, and then I think they are doing like double bills with the original and this new one as well.
Yeah.
But brilliant selection of watches there, Andy. What about you, Mike?
So I also watched The Exorcist, but just the regular 4K. I picked it up at the weekend, and had a good time revisiting it. Just been watching a lot of horror. So I've been watching. Well, I watched the 2 Addams Family films, the 90s ones with Christina Ricci. Love those movies. I also started watching. I don't know if you guys have heard of them, the Hatchet films. They're like these.
Yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're quite fun. Just like modern day Friday the 13th type movies, but yeah, they're pretty fun. Lots of practical effects and all that. So lots of practical gore. It's pretty cool. And then to be slightly different, I watched the film you watched, Pete. Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence with David Bowie. And yeah, I thought it was great. Had a great soundtrack. Really fun. But yeah, it was good.
Oh, brilliant selection of watches there. So for The Exorcist, was it the theatrical or the director's cut you went for?
I watched the director's cut because I don't think I'd actually ever seen it in full. And yeah, it was good. That whole spider walk sequence totally surprised me because I don't think I'd ever really seen it properly.
No.
And yeah, it's probably the scariest scene in the film.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I've never seen that scene, so I'm going to try and watch the director's cut soon, see what it's like.
Yeah, I think I'd only ever seen it like as a clip, but when you actually see it in the context of the movie, it just kind of comes out of nowhere and it's like, oh shit.
Oh, nice. Great watches there, Mike. For me, I've watched quite a bit over the past week. I think Jamie will be pleased to hear this, that I watched Saw for the first time and thoroughly enjoyed it. Well, it was a brilliant film, very clever. The ending, did not see that coming. And I also watched, straight afterwards, I was like, we've got to watch Saw 2. And yeah, really enjoyed that one as well.
I'm actually surprised, Pete, that obviously it didn't get spoiled for you.
No, I didn't know really a lot that was going to happen I know like general stuff that happens in the Saw franchise, but I didn't know the ending was going to happen. I was like, that's pretty clever. But really good film.
Technically, Saw 2's not the official sequel now. It's technically Saw X.
Saw X, yeah.
Because it's technically Saw X, and then Saw 2. But I think they could just do one more.
I think I could slip another one in, definitely.
I think it could, because I think from Saw X to 3, I think it's weeks or a few months. So I reckon they could just do one more.
Yeah. After watching the first Saw, it's like, want to watch the second one. Definitely not as good as the first one, but it's still a really good little sequel. So it starts to get a bit more brutal in that one, get a bit more Tobin Bell, and you also got the Poundland Wahlberg brother in it. Don't know which one he is, but he was all right as well. But really enjoyed that.
Just speaking Saw 2, sorry to interrupt.
You're okay.
There was a scene, there was a video, and it was like the top 10 or some of the worst decisions made in Saw films, and number one was actually Saw 2. You know, when she goes in the room and there's the injection in the glass box, she put her hand in, didn't she? And because she couldn't get it, she put the other hand in the other side, and what she should have done is put the hand up where the first one was to get herself out. That was stupid.
Yeah, that was a pretty painful one, and also the one with the needles in, where how to crawl for all the needles. That was pretty gruesome as well. But great film, and again, really cool ending as well. I like that.
Good twist, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Loved it. Kind of want to watch the third one now, but I want to watch the second one because I do want to see Saw 10 after seeing all the positive buzz.
Yeah.
So I watched Brazil for the first time. Really enjoyed that. Great cast as well. Thought that was a visually stunning film, and yeah, really liked that one. I was quite surprised by it. Definitely very out there, but I liked it. What else I watched? Watch Predator again. Amy never saw Predator before, so she watched that for the first time. She enjoyed that. We went to see The Creator at the cinema in IMAX, and that looks fantastic. Really enjoyed that. Definitely a bit of a underrated sort of sleeper hit of the year. Looked outstanding in IMAX, and whilst it does repeat a lot of the like sci-fi treads that you see in other films, still pretty good. And the 2.5 hours flew by. And I can't honestly remember what else I've seen. Oh yeah, did watch the homework movie of the week, and that was Class of 1984. I checked on Saturday, and that was the one with the most votes. But I think now it's tied with My Bloody Valentine. But I did check out Class of '84. Really enjoyed that one. That was quite a fun little film set in the school. A very young Michael J. Fox in it as well. There's a sequel, isn't there? Class of '99, is it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that one any good? Class of '99.
I've not seen. Yeah, I've not seen it. I need to watch Class of '84 first, Pete. It's on the 101 label, I believe.
Yeah, it is. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't too long as well. It was only about an hour and a half. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So that was a great pick from Scott that picked it last week. So for the 3 films this week for homework films, I've got a list here. We've got The Truman Show. Never seen it before. Oh yes. How can I forget? Just been reminded. Also watched Starship Troopers for the first time as well, and loved that. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. Everybody said, "Oh, it's really good." The Brain Bug. Oh, that's creepy, but a lot of fun. Really good cast in it as well. I didn't know there were so many big names in it.
Denise Richards in it.
Cliff Richard.
No, Denise Richards.
Oh yeah, she's in it. Does it? All I heard was Richards, and I was like, "Who? Cliff Richard?" Denise Richardson. Yeah, she's in it. She's really good as well. Neil Patrick Harris and Michael Ironside as well. Yeah, brilliant cast. Loved it, and the effects really hold up. Wow, I mean, for a film in the '90s, the CGI is better than some films that you see these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of fun. So for the 3 films, for homework films, I've got The Truman Show. Never seen it before, as I said. Dawn of the Dead, the original. I don't know what cut, because there's like loads of different cuts of it. And a film called Raw. The woman did direct Titan as well, or Titan. So we've got Truman Show, Dawn of the Dead, or Raw. So what about you, Sam? Which of those 3 would you say I'll watch?
I can only go with the one I've seen out of them 3, and I would have to go with The Truman Show, and it's one of my favourite films of all time. Yeah, that's the one he's on about, mate.
That's the one.
That is really good.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good. So I can only go with the one I've seen, and that's The Truman Show, which I absolutely love. And I also need to watch Dawn of the Dead, because I know that's Scott's favourite film of all time. So definitely will need to get onto that one, because I know Second Sight did a fancy box set of that. You've got that, haven't you, Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good set.
Right. Great stuff there. So, Mike, what about you? Truman Show, Raw, or Dawn of the Dead?
Probably Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead. Jamie, what about you?
Is it the Zack Snyder? Oh, the Zack Snyder one's the remake, innit?
It's not the remake, unfortunately.
I've not seen the original Dead, but if you are going to watch Truman Show, would it be 4K? Because obviously it's got a 4K release now.
Yeah, 4K. Watch it. It's on streaming, whatever. I've just any version of it. So you just pick.
I'd probably say Raw because it is so good.
Okay, so that's the vote for all the films there. And Andy, what about you?
Yeah, I have to go with Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead.
I'd recommend the extended cut. That's my favourite one.
Awesome.
And it should be on YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube, is it? Oh.
Yeah, the movie's been on YouTube for years.
Oh wow!
Loads of
I
different
struggled to find it on streaming. I didn't know it was on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Thanks for the tip. So I'll give it a go on YouTube. So if you want to pick those 3 films, I'll put them in like a little voting thing tomorrow as well, so you guys can get involved at home. But all 3 films sound really good. But the one that's got the most votes is Dawn of the Dead. And before we get into the comments, what is your one horror film recommendation? for everybody to give it a shot. You want to go first, Sam?
Yeah, this is a bit of a toss-up between the two because they kind of got similarities, sorry. But I probably would go with, because obviously Robert Eggers has got, the remake of Nosferatu coming out, I think next year or the year after, I'm not too sure, but definitely the original 1922 like silent version of that, because that's one of my favorite films of all time. Watch it every October. Or you could go with a film that I watched for the first time last year from 1932, I think. I think it might be a German film, I think, as well. Vampire, like spelled
Vampire.
Vampyr, and
Yeah.
Eureka did a fancy box set of that last year, which I picked up, and it's got a US Criterion of it as well. So definitely between one of them two, I definitely would go either one of them because they're both incredible films.
Fantastic stuff. What about you, Jamie? What's your random horror film that you'd recommend people give a watch?
Jamie?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I'd probably go with Halloween 2018.
Halloween 2018. Good pick there. A lot of fun. What about you, Mike?
I'm just going to go with the first one that came to my head, and I'll just say Maniac Cop.
Oh, that's a lot of fun. I enjoyed
Yeah,
that one.
it is.
That's good. Yeah, good one there. And Andy?
I'm going to go with Sleepaway Camp 2.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Nice. I never hear many people.
Slacker.
I never hear many people recommend the second one. Nice.
Yeah, I loved it.
Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. And for me, I'm going to recommend a Hammer horror film. I'm going to recommend Christopher Lee in Rasputin the Mad Monk. A lot of fun. Definitely one of the more underrated Hammer horror film. Plays Rasputin and magically gets into government using his like mystical hypnotic powers. A lot of fun. Definitely one of my favorite Hammer horror films. So right, that is it. So get on to the comments. So be sure to subscribe to everybody's links in the link in the description down below. We've all got fantastic channels, so go and support them. So let's get on with the comments. Hey, no worries.
Cheers, Pete.
Thanks, mate.
Right. We have Mike here from Did You See That saying, Pete, Andy, Mike, Sam, Batman, Nige. Hope you guys all doing well. Hey, Mike.
Hello,
hope you're doing
Mike.
well, my friend.
Hey, Mike.
Are you going to be on Mike's stream on Saturday night, Sam? I think I did see you on the thumbnail.
I may. I think it's between 8 and half 9. I think is it you, Scott? I'm not too sure, and Sin and Lisa. I think on that time slot as well. I believe.
Unfortunately, I can't make it Saturday night, but I will be watching some of it, and it's great to see Mike doing another stream. So
Definitely.
I did see you on the thumbnail, and I thought, I'll ask Sam. But yeah, definitely go and support Mike's stream on Saturday night, and be sure to go and check out Scott's stream on Friday night. I had to remember that. I forgot.
Scott's not on Friday.
Oh, isn't he on Friday? No. Right. So we have Mike here saying, last night I watched Hard Candy and the scene involving balls being cut off made me feel sick. What's the movie that's made you have the similar feeling? Has anybody seen Hard Candy?
No.
Yep.
No.
Andy?
I know is it Elliot? No, it's technically Elaine Page, but technically now, because she's had the sex change, it's Elliot Page. So it's Elliot Page and in from Conjuring, innit?
Yeah, Patrick Wilson.
What is it about? I've got a gist, but I can't really remember.
Yeah, it's like from what I remember, it's like she like really, really hates him for something he's done, and she like punishes him and tortures him,
Yeah.
like in his own house, and it's really fucked up. Like some of the stuff that happens to him. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I do remember quite liking it.
Oh, cool. Check that one out. But Sam, what's a movie that made you feel a bit sick whilst watching?
The one that comes to mind, P, and I think it's a good film. It's on the 101 label. I could never watch that movie again for like some of them scenes alone. I would have to go for the bathroom scene in the film Snowtown. That is a horrific scene. My God, I felt ill watching it. It's a good film, Pete, but definitely a one-time watch for me. The guy, he's a good director though. Justin Kurzel, who did True History of the Kelly Gang and Knit Ram, I think it was, which was really good. But Snowtown, good film, but it is absolutely disturbing to the core, and the main guy is one evil bastard in it. He's so mean-spirited in that film.
I do have the film, and I've heard about the scene in it. It's supposed to be a pretty brutal film, and it's based on a true story, isn't it? I've heard.
It is about the Snowtown murders in Australia, I think, in the late 80s. Yeah, but obviously, Pete, if you want to give the film a go, give it a go, of course, mate. But I'll just say it is pretty. It's pretty hard to watch, but still good film, but one-time watch for me, definitely.
Great stuff. What about you, Jamie? What was a film that made you feel sick?
It didn't technically make me feel sick, but I struggled to sleep, and it's Saw.
Saw. The film
the
Saw.
First one. The first one, Jamie. Yeah.
Yeah. Good pick there. What about you, Mike?
So with Mike saying here in the comments about balls being cut off, there's a film called Antichrist by Lars von Trier.
Yeah.
And there's one scene in that movie involving a woman cutting off a part of her body with scissors, and I mean, I'm not a woman, but even that made me feel a bit queasy and a bit sick. But that whole movie was just a bit hard to watch. So yeah, I'd say Antichrist.
Good pick. And what about you, Andy?
Yeah, the whole of Pink Flamingos.
Yeah. I do agree. Pink Flamingos is very raw. When I watched it as well, it's a difficult one. Pardon, Jamie?
I've never ever heard of it.
Well, Jamie, why don't you sit yourself down with a nice pizza and treat yourself and watch a bit of Pink Flamingos?
I'll put you up the pizza.
Is it about a zoo?
Pardon?
Is it about a zoo?
You have to find out, Jamie.
You'll never see a film quite like it, Jamie. Let's just say, if you do watch it, please, please, please do a video review of it or message us what you think of it. I'd love to hear what you think. How old is it?
1972.
Yeah, it's quite a few years old.
51 years old.
Oh, wow.
I'll be fucked up then if it's that old.
It'll open your eyes, Jamie. But very good pick there, Andy, with Pink Flamingos. And I do agree there, that is definitely a film to make you feel sick. A film that kind of just made me feel quite unnerving was the ending of Eden Lake. That creeped me out. I couldn't get to sleep after that one. Felt very close to home. Yeah. And there's a couple of pretty gruesome deaths in that film as well. Next up, we have Delboy here saying, "Hey guys, hey Delboy, hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you have a great stream tonight. Except that Sam and Nigel both look a bit shifty to me. Lol. Wall of our land, hee, have fun, all."
Hello, Del.
Oh, and by the way, great T-shirt, Sam. Evil Dead 2.
Oh yeah, thank you, mate. I've had it for a canny while now. Yeah,
Oh, nice
I
one.
think I got it. I think it was about £15 I paid for it. So yeah, it was good. I love getting like these sort of t-shirts. I thought I'd start wearing the Evil Dead 2 t-shirt now as winter horror season. So yeah,
Brilliant stuff. And that's your favourite Evil Dead?
it definitely is, mate. I cannot wait to have that Evil Dead binge at the end of the month. Is what I'm
You
planning.
watched Evil Dead Rise, Sam?
Oh yeah, mate. One of my favourite films of the year.
That
Really
blew
good.
me away.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good. I'm waiting for the 4K to go in the 2 for 30 deal, Pete. And then I'll probably, if it comes in the 2 for 30 deal, I'll definitely will pick it up. Because
I think it has reduced on Amazon to about 16 quid now. So okay,
that's
has.
pretty, that's pretty good.
It's 18.
Oh, it's 18, is it?
It's
Yeah, it's not too
it's
bad.
about £18 on Amazon.
Ah, great stuff. Right, we've got Delboy here saying, if you could turn the bottom part of your house to a home theatre room with chairs, cinema screen, surround sound, what famous guest would you not allow into your theatre and why? So who would we bar? James Corden, I would imagine that would be an obvious one.
That's what I was thinking.
So, any other ones can you think of, Sam?
Probably Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, Melissa McCartney, yeah. I can't blame you for that one.
I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. Probably Miranda Hart, because I'm really not a fan of Miranda personally. And probably Michael McIntyre. There we go.
Not a Michael McIntyre fan, then.
Not for me, mate. I know he's got his fans, but yeah, never did anything for me, unfortunately.
No worries, mate. What about you, Jamie? Who would you block from your theatre?
No one.
There's got to be some celebrities you'd be like, nah, you're not coming in.
The thing is, if the famous celebrities, I'd be like, oh yeah, nice to meet you. No.
You'd even let James Corbyn come in.
James Corden.
Corbyn? James Corden?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes,
what would you say to him?
Because I like Smithy, Gavler. Because he's from Gavin and Stacey, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
I love Gavin and Stacey, so yeah, anyone, yeah.
That's good. Brilliant stuff. Mike, who would you block from your theatre?
Probably Ron Perlman, because I've met him and he was just an absolute tit.
Really?
Oh yeah, he was a grumpy bastard. He was horrible.
Oh, that's a shame. It's not very nice to go and see these celebrities and then they turn out to be miserable old kids.
It's like the thing is, as they say, the people do say never meet your heroes, but there's all these actors out there that are like really, really nice, and then you get some that are just absolute miserable. They don't care about the fans or anything. But the thing is, we fucking made you popular.
Yeah.
We made them popular, and you just don't give a shit about your fans. You know, some
Jamie, have you? I'm going to gather you've seen him as you like the Saw films. Have you seen Taco Bell?
I've met him.
Tobin Bell, you fucking hell.
I met him in 2019. I met him
Taco Bell.
I met Tobin Bell in 2019 at Manchester for the love of horror. My sister took me for my 30th, and he was an absolute lovely guy. It was really nice, down to earth. It was just nice to chat to. He's lovely.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to hear. Tobin Bell was really nice.
He's nice and lovely anyhow, so.
That's good to hear. Normally, those from the horror community are really nice when you meet them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what about you, Andy? What famous guest would you block?
Yeah, James Corden, because he's an insufferable wanker.
I like James Corden.
Well, you're the only fucking one.
Someone must do.
He's all right, but I just talked to
No,
him
he's
about
not.
Gavin Stacey and stuff. So you know,
I just think he's a fucking tit.
Any other ones you'd block?
Maybe Michael Cera, he's a fucking boring bastard.
oh, Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah,
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim.
can't act, save his life.
What did you
Can
think
you
to him
imagine?
in Sorry, Pete. I was just going to ask Andy. What did you think to him in the Barbie film? By the way, mate.
He was all right, but again,
Yeah.
he was pretty much playing himself. A
Yeah,
useless
I can
wanker.
agree with. Yeah,
All the
I can.
time.
He didn't really do a great deal in that film, to be fair, mate.
Yeah.
Ah, good picks there, Randy. For me, James Corden, Kevin Hart, Amy Schumer. Don't like Amy Schumer. What some films of hers have been absolutely awful, and also Melissa McCarthy as well. But I'll let her in if it's for If You Can Ever Forgive Me, because that was her only decent film.
Yeah.
That's a good film, mate. Yeah.
That is her only decent film. Right, we have Minhaju here saying, "Hey everyone, how's everyone doing this evening? Hope you're all well, doing well. I hope you're doing well, Minhaju." Minhaju says, "Pete, or anyone who else is still after it, I've seen Rare Waves, the only retailer that has the Psycho 4K box set from Arrow. So if you want it, bear in mind, limited stock on there too. It's still in stock. I'll be ordering it after the stream end because I do need to pick it up. Great stuff. Thanks for letting us know, Minhaju. You've picked that up, haven't you, Sam? The Psycho set?
I did, mate. I got it off HMV's website. I think, and it was a really smashing deal, actually, Pete. For what you get, 4 films and a fancy booklet in there, $54.99. And yeah, as I said, the 4K transfers, well, they're really great. The only one I need to check out in 4K is the original, which I'm definitely going to watch again soon as it's horror season now. But yeah, great franchise. Really pleased I bought it.
Brilliant stuff, mate. What about you, Jamie? Did you pick up the Psycho box set?
No.
No. What about you, Mike? Did you pick it up?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great set.
Yeah. I've just checked now. They have got it on Rare Wave, so after the stream, I'll be getting that. And Andy, you picked it up as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. Right. We've got Edward here saying, "Evening, everyone. Hope you're all well, guys. What's your favourite Michael Gambon movie or role he's done?" Yeah, Michael Gambon passed away last week. Very sad stuff for everybody who watched the Harry Potter films. Star of both stage and screen for many era. So what about you, Sam? What's your favourite Michael Gambon film?
I really did like his performance in what was it, The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. He was pretty good in that, and obviously I loved obviously is like what was it, out of the 3 obviously main antagonists in Fantastic Mr. Fox, he played the voiceover one of them characters. So yeah, I probably would go with Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. Probably would go with something like that.
Yeah, he's been in quite a few stuff. I'm pretty certain he was in Sleepy Hollow. He was in Open Range with Kevin Costner. But for me, my favourite one, by the Harry Potter stuff, is Layer Cake with Daniel Craig. He was great in that.
I need to watch that.
That's a really good little gangster film. Highly recommended. What about you, Jamie? What's your favourite Michael Gambon film?
Probably be Harry Potter.
Yeah, great one. What's your favourite Harry Potter?
I do need to rewatch all the Harry Potter films again. But I think my favourite one's The Half-Blood Prince, the one where they kill Dumbledore.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Glad
you enjoyed that.
The worst one is.
What?
And I'm going to get hate for this. Deathly Hallows Part 2.
That's the worst one for you.
I didn't like it at all. I just couldn't get into it. At the time when it came out, I watched it on Blu-ray. I think I watched it on DVD, and I just couldn't get into it. I think I wanted more. I don't know, but I think I wanted more from it. I don't know, but I just
Yeah, I think because the film was stretched out a bit thin to get 2 films out of it. Probably could have been done in just a 3-hour film instead of being 5 hours.
Part 1 was better, and yeah, I haven't watched Deathly Hallows Part 2 in probably about 7 or 8 years. I need to rewatch them all again, actually.
Yeah. For me, Half-Blood Prince is my least favourite. Could not stand that film one little bit.
I love it.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoy it, mate. For me, it just didn't work. I nearly didn't watch Deathly Hallows because of it, because it really got on my nerves. Didn't like it one little bit. But great pick there. What about you, Mike?
Probably Sleepy Hollow for me.
Really good pick there. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow is great. The Cook, the Thief, his wife and her lover is an amazing film that he's in.
Yeah, he's very good in that.
The King's Speech.
Oh yeah, he's in that as well.
Yeah, Layer Cake, and yeah, like I said, I just love him in Sleepy Hollow.
He's been in a lot of great stuff over the years. Yeah, sadly missed. Good age.
He was quite good in Doctor Who as well, Pete. Actually, in that
Yeah,
Christmas special with Matt Smith, Catherine Jenkins. Yeah, he was pretty good in that as well.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of TV stuff over the years as well. Very sadly missed. But what a legacy of stuff he's done over the years. We've got Mac Chats here saying, how do everyone? Hope all is well. How do, Mac? Thanks for joining.
Hello, mate.
We have Sai here saying, evening all. Evening, Sai. Hope you're doing well, my friend. We have Minhaju saying, guys, I have watched a fair amount of horrors recently. He's watched The Boy and Brahms the Boy, Ouija films, escape room films, The Black Phone, and Sinister and The Forest. Has anyone seen these? I think I've seen one of the boys. I think it's Brahms the Boy. The second one, it was awful. Black Phone's really good. Ethan Hawke is a creepy bastard in that one. And the first Sinister's really good as well. So a couple of good jump scares in that. Have you seen any of these, Sam?
I haven't, mate. No, I haven't checked any of them out.
No worries. What about you, Jamie?
I've watched Boy Brahms, The Boy. I haven't watched The Boy Brahms 2, the sequel. I've not watched that, but I enjoyed The Boys. The Boy. I've seen the Ouija films are good. Yeah, I like the escape room films. I preferred the second one, the Tournament of Champions. I haven't seen the Black Phone, but I want. I've seen Sinister, and they also did a Sinister 2, which isn't a patch on the first. The Forest with Natalie Dormer. I actually really enjoyed that. Actually, I thought it was really good.
Oh, great stuff. I've heard of The Forest, but I've never seen it. I remember the slip cover of it. Pretty ominous looking front cover of it. Great stuff there, Jamie. You've seen any of these, Mike?
Yeah, I've seen The Boy. It was okay, not too bad. But I've not seen the second one. I heard it was pretty crap. I haven't seen the Ouija films or Escape Room. Seen the Black Phone, it was pretty good. Seen Sinister, yeah, that was pretty good. But not seen The Forest.
Brilliant. And Andy, what about you?
Yeah, I haven't seen the Boy movies. I haven't seen the Ouija films either. I haven't seen the Escape Room films. Black Phone, Sinister. Yeah, I haven't seen Forest. Only seen the Black Phone and the first Sinister movie.
Yeah, awesome. And an Anchor Bay horror film, No One Lives. Haven't heard of that one. Anybody heard of that?
No.
And Minhaj is on about the Evil Dead Rise being £18 from Amazon as well. Really good deal for the 4K.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
decent.
We got Ian Hill here saying, "Hi everyone, hope you're all well.
Hi,
I watched
Ian.
Infinity Pool, my film of the year so far. Brilliant stuff.
Cool.
You
Oh
watched
yeah,
Cobwebs.
that the one that Andy was in.
Yeah, that's the one he's in the director's cut of. Yeah.
Yeah. Thought so.
Cobweb, enjoyed that one. That one recently came out in cinemas. Evil Dead Rise was awful. Boring tripe, one of the worst of the year.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
Sorry to hear that you didn't enjoy it, Ian. I have heard a few people that weren't the biggest fan of it, but wow, sorry to hear that, mate. Hopefully on a rewatch you'll probably enjoy it more. If you're still watching, Ian,
Yeah.
what are your favourite Evil Dead films of the original trilogy? But Sam, have you seen any of these films?
I've seen Evil Dead Rise, which is one of my favourites of the year. Absolutely loved it. And it was great because obviously my friend came to Newcastle for the first time. He travelled from Huddersfield, and it was the first time that we reunited in like nearly 2 years, and
Yeah.
that was the film that we went to see. So that was a great day seeing that with one of my best friends. And I've not seen Cobweb. I haven't seen Infinity Pool, but I really want to because I know it's been getting a lot of great reviews, and it's Jordan Movie Worms film of the year so far as well. That one,
Wow, really? Yeah, it's
yeah,
a pretty darn
he
good
actually
film.
loved it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, awesome! It's a pretty good film. Mike, what about you? You've seen these three films? I've only seen two.
Yeah, seen Infinity Pool, really enjoyed that one. Not seen Cobweb. Yeah, I've seen Evil Dead Rise. I've got to admit, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I think like before it came out, I think they kind of bigged it up like it was going to take place in this high-rise building, and that I was quite excited by that. But I felt like they just kind of squandered the premise a little bit, and it all just pretty much took place in this one room, and that kind of disappointed me a little bit. I don't know, I was expecting a little bit more from it, but it was okay. It wasn't one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's understandable, mate. Jamie, I know you're a big fan of Evil Dead Rise, but have you seen Infinity Pool and Cobweb?
I've not seen Infinity Pool. I've not seen Cobweb, but I love Evil Dead Rise. But I'm a massive fan of the 2013 one. I love the 2013 one, and I rewatched.
I love that as well. Yeah.
One before I watched Evil Dead Rise, and I think I prefer Evil Dead Rise, even though I love the 2013 one.
Oh, cool. Brilliant stuff. And Andy, what's your thoughts on these films?
You've not seen Cobweb, but I enjoy the other two.
Brilliant.
You're in it. Of course you would.
Yeah.
We have Alex here saying evening all.
Yeah.
Evening, Alex. He's saying blasphemy. Okay. We have Mac Chats here saying few pickups this week on sale at Amazon: A Quiet Place 1 and 2, Candyman 3 and the latest one, Scream 6, Dementia 13, all with slips, Evil Dead Rise but no slip. Also picked up Once Were Warriors. Awesome. Very nice selection of stuff there. Yeah, I've heard a few Evil Dead Rises on Blu-ray haven't been coming with slips, which is a shame, but glad to hear you got some good deals there. Minharju says, Pete, thanks for the advice yesterday. I would see my pre-ordered Spider-Man 2 from H&V for 63 quid rather than £75 on game, as I don't need the comment. Great to hear you saved yourself a little bit of money there, mate. 75 quid's quite a fair bit to pay for a game. Sai says, I've just watched the trailer for the new Jason Statham movie, The Beekeeper. It looks generic but fun.
What is
Beekeeper?
Beekeeper.
I haven't got a clue. Judging by the title, he is a beekeeper. I have no words. I haven't even heard of this film yet. So I'm going to gather, have any of you heard of it?
No, I've not heard of it.
No. We got Winslow waving. Hey, Winslow,
Hello,
thanks for
mate.
joining. And Sorry saying, yay, it's Batman.
Yay! Technically, it's Batman. Yeah.
Oh, he's got a bat.
Yeah, I've got a bat.
Got a-
I've been after a bat for ages for the Batcave, and I was in a shop last week or beginning of the week, and I brought this for £1, just a little plastic bat I can just have in the Batcave.
Will you get some more bats for your cave?
I don't know, depends. Might do. Because technically, once Halloween's gone, you won't see him till next year, yeah? So I might
That's
just
true.
get a few more and just have them up and make it look cool.
I don't blame you. Stock up on your bats whilst they're still available. Mac Chats says, what does anyone make of the trailer for the new Matthew Vaughn film Argyle? Looks decent, great cast. Did watch the trailer for it over the weekend. Henry Cavill. It looks like a spy film. It does. It starts off really good. It looks like Henry Cavill's going to do his like Bond shtick sort of stuff, and then it pulls the carpet from under you and introduces Bryce Dallas Howard. It looks like a film with two halves. I don't know what to make of it. I'm not overly hyped for it, to be honest.
Apparently, originally, I think Henry Cavill auditioned to be James Bond, but apparently, I think he was too young, so they give it to Daniel Craig instead.
Yeah, I think Henry Cavill would be pretty good as Bond, but I don't think it will happen. But
he's good in Man from U.N.C.L.E., and obviously that's a spy thriller, and he has a suit and that on.
Yeah, but this one, I'm not too fussed. I'm not really won over yet. What about you, Sam? Have you seen the trailer?
I didn't even heard about it, mate, until I came on the stream tonight. No, but I'll have to, do some research into it. Might take my fancy. Who knows?
It has got a good cast in it, I must admit. Yeah, a lot of big names in it. Jamie, have you seen the trailer for Argyle?
No.
Mike?
No, I've not even heard of it.
And Andy?
I didn't see the full trailer, but I saw bits of it, and it does kind of look a little bit fun from what it is. Yeah.
I think it comes out early next year, so not too long to wait. We've got Mike here saying, what was the last movie Batman watched which was a masterpiece?
Technically, I know what it was, but I'm going to get hate for this. I'm going to get, what the fuck? So, yeah, I can't say it because I'm going to get hate for this.
Well, tell us what it is. Go on.
The Flash.
Oh, what, the new one?
Yeah, I love it.
Huh? Oh, well, I'm glad to hear you enjoy it. You got Michael Keaton back in it. I guess that's the reason why you really enjoyed it.
I am going to do a review on it, but I've done a YouTube review, but there is actually generally reasons why I think it's a masterpiece.
Okay, brilliant stuff. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard some good to mixed things about it. But
I got it in 4K.
I bet it looks nice on 4K too.
It was actually.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. We have Winslow saying so far this Spooktober, I've watched The Prince of Darkness, People Under the Stairs, From Beyond, The Blob, Soul Survivor, Sleepaway Camp, and Chopper Mall. Thoughts on those if you've seen them? So, Sam, have you seen any of these films?
Yeah, the only ones. Actually, yeah, I've seen 3 of them. I watched Prince of Darkness, which I thought was really good. That was first time watch for me last year. Yeah.
You okay? You okay?
Oh yeah, it was just because I saw you talking just then, mate. I thought I'd just wait for a bit. But it was Prince of Darkness, which I thought was really good, and then People Under Stairs. I only watched for the first time back in July, and which I really enjoyed, and the Blob, I think the original from 1950s. So yeah, and they're all pretty good movies, definitely.
Great stuff. What about you, Jamie? Have you seen these films?
I don't think I've seen any.
Really? Ooh.
No.
No worries, mate. What about you, Mike? What have you seen out of these films?
Yeah, I've seen them all apart from Soul Survivor. Yeah, I love Prince of Darkness, People Under the Stairs, and The Blob, and Sleepaway Camp. I wasn't that keen on From Beyond, and Chopping Mall. I think I have seen that, but I can't really remember much of it.
Awesome. And Andy, what about you?
Yeah, I'm the same. Seen Prince of Darkness, People Under the Stairs, From Beyond, The Blob, Sleepaway Camp, and Shopping Mall, and yeah, probably the Blob and Sleepaway Camp are probably my two favorites out of those ones.
Brilliant stuff. I haven't seen Prince of Darkness or The People Under the Stairs yet. I think I might have seen From Beyond many years ago, but The Blob, both the original and the remake, are really good. Soul Survivor, haven't even heard of it, and Sleepaway Camp, really enjoyed that one, and haven't seen Chop and Mall myself. We've got Marvel fan here saying, "Hey all, how are you?
Hello, mate.
Hey Marvel fan, hope you're well. Watched the full Monty film and series during the weekend, and I enjoyed it. Great stuff. The film is a really good film, holds up pretty well. Great comedy, great cast, and the TV series is pretty good. It's one of the better Disney Plus TV series out there. What about you, Sam? Have you seen the film and the show?
I've seen the film, mate. Love the film, really good. And it's another one of those films. It's nice to see another really good film set in Yorkshire as well, which is obviously sort of like my neck of the woods. So really good to see that. And I haven't seen the TV series, Pete, but I probably will go in and give it a clean slate and see what I make to it, because I think it did get a bit of a mixed bag of a reception when it came out. I think June, was it? I think, Pete?
Yeah, it came out in about summertime. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
So great stuff. Jamie, have you seen the full Monty and its show?
I've seen the film. I'm looking at the Blu-ray now. It needs a 4K.
That's good. That's good. I agree.
Well, I've watched about an episode, or just under an episode, and yeah, I really enjoyed what I've watched. But it's just basically nostalgia. All is
Yeah, it's more the same.
Because characters return, we get to see them older. I really enjoyed what I watched, yeah, but I'm going to have to binge watch it all in the film again. I can't wait.
Fantastic stuff. Mike, have you seen the show and the film?
Yeah, love the film. It's probably one of my favorite British movies of all time. And yeah, the show was pretty good. Doesn't really hold a candle to the film, but yeah, on the whole, I enjoyed it.
Great stuff. And Andy, I know you've seen the show, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same as Mike. The film for me is one of my favorite British films, if not my favorite British film ever. Just yeah, it's so quotable, so funny. The show is a good follow up to it. It's not perfect. The thing that I think the show suffers with is it kind of tries to introduce new characters that you don't really give a shit about in the nicest way possible, just because they don't have any attachment to the movie.
Yeah.
But when it does touch on the characters from the movie, it's great. Yeah.
Brilliant stuff.
But is it a question? You know, when we watched Full Monty and then the Full Monty TV series, and then if you watch Full Monty again, do you feel like you enjoy the film more because of the series?
Pardon me.
I love it about the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always love the film. I watch the film a couple of times a
I
year.
would like word for word mostly.
I wouldn't say it enhances the film or adds new elements to it. The film is great. It works well on its own, and the series doesn't make it better or worse.
If you want to see the characters again years later, that's fine. That's all you get from it.
Yeah, that's what I want, because I just want to see them all again together.
It's just a catch-up series more than anything.
Yeah.
There's a couple of funny moments in the show, definitely near and halfway through the series.
Does it actually reference? I know obviously it's got a lot of nostalgia, but do they actually talk about the first film?
Yes.
It is mentioned in reference, yeah. We've got Winslow here saying, any underrated horrors or hidden gems you'd recommend? So any underrated horror films? That's a good question, Winslow. I can think of a really good underrated sort of home invasion film that came out on Arrow a couple of years ago called ICU. I really enjoyed that one, starring Helen Hunt. I think it might be on Netflix, so it's worth checking out on there. Really creepy, edge of your seat stuff. Quite a short film as well. That would be one of them. Sam, what about you?
Oh, yeah, that's a really good question. Well, I probably would sort of go back to what I said earlier. Probably one of them would definitely be Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, with the original from 1973, because I know Guillermo del Toro remade it in 2009, I think it was. I probably would go with something like that, and I probably would go with one that I watched fairly recently, which was from William Lustig. I think it was Maniac. That slasher film was a great watch. You've seen that, haven't you, Mike?
Yeah, I love that film. It's
really good.
Yeah, it's got a great ending.
Definitely, quite a riveting ending, and I remember, obviously, I think I found out about that film through John as well. I think John talked about it, and Nigel really likes it as well. So, yeah, great little film, that, Pete. It's in the 2 for £15 deal at the minute, HMV. You know, some
good.
of the 88 film titles. Highly recommend that one, mate. Very good little slasher there.
Brilliant stuff. What about you, Jamie?
I think I'm gonna have to say Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends?
Yeah.
Oh. Big fan of that one.
Yeah, I love it. A lot of even Nigel likes it. It gets a lot of hate, but I loved it.
That's good to hear, mate. Glad to hear that there's some fans out on it. There's a lot of people in the community who really like that film, and that's good to see.
Well, sorry, Pete, I'll just quickly cut in here. Talking of the Halloween film franchise, I'll just add to that as well. Another one, Halloween Season of the Witch, because I absolutely love that film.
Season of the Witch.
Yeah, it's my favourite Halloween film, mate. I think it's Mike's as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely love it, mate. Yeah.
When Halloween Ends came out, I rewatched all the Halloweens, all. And actually, I think 3 or 4 of them were like first-time viewings, which I've never seen before. And Halloween 3 Season of the Witch was one of them. And I think I've watched it twice now, and I absolutely love it. I even prefer Halloween Season of the Witch, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch over the original.
Yeah, so do I, mate. And I do think, yeah, and I will say as well, Jamie, obviously I know why it got a bit of a bad rap when it came out, because of Michael Myers, and a lot of people were very disappointed, but I'm really glad that film has found a cult following in recent times. It's really good to see that.
Quite a few people who like it, and I love it.
Yeah, I do think the original is, on a technical level, the better movie, but my personal favourite is Season of the Witch. I absolutely love it. Have you seen it, Pete?
I haven't seen Season of the Witch. No, but I know like what happens in the film. I saw a lot of people love that one, don't they?
Yeah, it's really good.
Awesome. Great stuff there. What about you, Mike?
There's a Japanese horror movie called One Missed Call, and it's kind of similar to like The Ring and The Grudge, but yeah, that's like quite a creepy movie, but not a lot of people seem to talk about it that much. Yeah, I think it's pretty underrated.
One Missed Call, that's on Arrow, isn't it? It's like a trilogy of films, isn't it?
Yeah, the other two aren't that great, but the first one's worth checking out.
Fantastic.
Do you mean
stuff.
the film that's like? Because there's a film called One Missed Call that's like 2002 or something. That one.
That might be. I think there was like a remake, like an American remake. I've not seen it, but
yeah, then
yeah. But the Japanese one's worth watching.
yeah.
Great stuff. Brilliant. And you, Andy? What about you?
I'm going to go with John Carpenter's Village of the Damned. I love that film.
I do. I like that one a lot. It's a solid little remake, it is, and it's got a great cast in it.
It's not his best work, but there's just something about it I find really likable.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, really good film.
Do you prefer it to the original, Andy? Because I've only seen the original, but not the remake yet.
I think the original's a better movie, but I don't know. I just love John Carpenter's movies, and it's got his fingerprints all over it.
It has.
Yeah.
The original's probably the better film, but the one I enjoy the most is the John Carpenter one as well.
I've got it on Blu-ray, but not seen it yet.
It just looks nice. It's a nice film to look at, just because of how bright it is and the natural scenery in it. It's just a gorgeous film to look at.
It's one of his final good films. It is up there with like Vampires. It's one of his final good films. We've got Sai here. Yeah, he mentioned this one last night. Has anybody watched Killer Kites? It's so bad. Nobody heard of it?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, unfortunately, haven't heard of it. So you did talk about it last night. Sounds absolutely bizarre. Sounds like one of those asylum films, but very entertaining as well. Winslow says Stalker's been shown at the BFI IMAX, biggest screen in the UK. Bear will be good to experience that in IMAX. You sound very excited, Sam?
Yeah, I definitely will. Depending, I don't know when, like, the showing times after that, but I would definitely go and see that on the biggest screen in a heartbeat, because it's my favourite film of all time, mate. So yeah, really good to see that film, like, get some love, and it's been shown on like the biggest screen possible. So fantastic.
Yeah, that's good to see. Like, these older films getting more chance in the spotlight and finding new audiences.
Yeah, I don't know if you could let us know, Pete, when it's going to be shown. I don't know if it's like this month or next month, because I definitely would love to see that on the IMAX, definitely.
Let's have a look. I'll have a look now.
Yeah.
Stalker, BFI IMAX. I'm having a look. It is, if my computer loads up a little bit quicker. But we do have Marvel fans saying he's binge watching The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. So
Nice, man.
That is great stuff. Unfortunately, it's not saying anything for me at the moment. It just said like the year it's been released, so probably you'll have to go on to their website or even install.
Yeah, I'll look at like on Google after the stream, Pete. But that's really cool. It's getting shown at IMAX store, definitely.
Yeah. Winslow says new Ken Roach film, The Old Oak, is really good. One of the best of the year. Brilliant stuff.
Good to hear, mate. I'm going on Tuesday with Ryan.
Yeah, he did I, Daniel Blake, didn't he? That's a really good film.
Yeah.
He did, and also, Pete, Ken Loach did one of my favourite films of all time. It's probably you probably know what I'm going to say. It's one of the most watched films ever, Kes.
Yeah. Okay. It's a
Never
really good
watched
film there.
it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's in my top 20 films of all time, that.
Yeah, a lot of people do like that film. It's a film that a lot of people do watch. Mac Chat says, Tommy Cooper, if the bat wants to play, well, play just like that.
Who's Tommy Cooper?
Comedian.
You don't know who Tommy Cooper is? He's got a fez.
Fez?
He's got a fez.
What's a fez?
Hat.
Oh, sorry, I'm not with it. Oh, yeah. What's Tommy Cooper done?
Not a lot recently. He's dead, but he's a comedian.
I don't think I've heard of him. I'm not with it tonight.
Don't worry, mate. Yeah, he was about in the 70s and 80s doing stuff. His catchphrase was just like that. He's been in a few films as well, I think. Marvel fan says watched Finding Nemo twice today, once on Blu-ray and once on DVD. Really? Wow. From a 2-disc edition. And next week, 10th October, will be the 20th anniversary since the film was released in the UK. Wow, I feel old. Remember when that one came out? Yeah, really good film. Definitely one of Pixar's better films. What's your memories of Finding Nemo, Sam?
I believe it was one of the first films I went to see at the cinema. Yeah, and I think it's really good. It's not one of my favorite Disney Pixar films, personally, but I do really like it still. I picked up the 4K of it recently, which was a good deal. I think it was about £8, I think it was. But I'm yet to rewatch it. But yeah, good film. Very solid stuff.
Yeah, I don't even mind the sequel, Finding Dory. That wasn't too bad either.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
I saw it many years ago, but I can't really remember much about it, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah. And Andy?
Yeah, I think it's one of Pixar's best, to be honest. I think it's definitely, if not their best looking film.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun characters in there. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of iconic moments. And Jamie, you're a big fan of it if you're there?
I'm here.
Is he Finding Nemo?
Yeah, I like Finding Nemo. Yeah, I've got it in 3D, but obviously it is a bit. Obviously, I don't have 3D now, but Finding Nemo was amazing in 3D because of how it's done the water and everything. But obviously, I can't watch that now. It'll have to be just standard Blu-ray now.
Or if you get the 4K.
Oh yeah, I can do. Yeah.
Yeah, but that look nice in 4K.
Oh God, yeah.
We've got Danny here saying hi.
Hello,
how are
Danny.
you all? Hey, Danny. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you for joining. Born in the 70s game and say hey to Danny. Minhaju says Jamie's Batman Smith. Is that the remake? Oh, you bastard. Rob Young says Saw X should have been set in space.
Nah, it won't work.
A lot of people
Saw X won't work in space.
Nah. Sorry says also went to see The Exorcist last night. What an experience it was. I can imagine it was amazing seeing that on the big screen, and great to see that's coming back as well. I've noticed a few cinemas are bringing back the old horror films for the Halloween season. Minhaju says, has anyone seen the new trailer for Thanksgiving? It's going to be a fun popcorn film. I've seen the posters about for it. I haven't seen the trailer myself. I think it comes out probably November, no doubt around Thanksgiving. Sam, seen the trailer for it? Heard anything about it?
I've not heard of it, mate, no. Hoping it'll be good, though.
I don't know whether it's true or not. I think it might be based on a Stephen King novel. I'm not 100% certain.
Yeah, I'm not
And-
clued up on that one, mate.
Andy?
Yeah, they played the trailer for it last night, and just looks like a modern day slasher.
Cool stuff. And Mike, have you heard of this one?
No, I've not even heard of this one.
Nope. And Jamie, have you heard of this one?
Which one?
Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, I watched the trailer for that. Yeah, when I watched Saw X, it kind of looks like a horror.
It is a horror.
It probably looks quite fun actually, but I've got a feeling it's just going to be set around a dinner table and obviously Thanksgiving and yeah, you know.
Yeah. Well, we've got Minhaj saying thanks for your PSA, not too much, but 12, £13 still good, hey? No worries, mate. Yeah, you help realise I don't need a spider bot keyring or a comic book. Yeah, £13 can go and get you a Blu-ray. The 4K Lowdown's here saying, what up, guys? Good to see you. Hey, mate. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for
Yep.
joining. We've got Sai here saying The Truman Show. Yep, a lot of love for that. Got David here saying, good evening, guys. Hope you're all good. Pete, good stream last night. What movies are you looking forward to coming out? Thank you for watching the stream last night, David. Great chatting to you. I don't know, really. Probably, I want to see Saw 10. I want to see that and see what the new Exorcist is like, but I don't think there's really much coming out in the cinemas in the next couple of months. Was looking forward to June 2, but that's been delayed now. What about you, Sam? What are you looking forward to coming out in the cinemas?
Yeah, if we're going by like new releases, mate, I probably would go with obviously The Old Oak, the new Ken Loach film coming out. Oh, sorry, no, it's already out. But I'm going next week with Ryan. And trying to think, there is a couple other ones I was interested. But I think it kind of slips to mind. Oh wait, no, sorry, Pete, beg your pardon. The new Martin Scorsese film actually is it Killers of the Flower Moon?
Oh,
Really
yeah,
looking forward to that.
I've seen the trailer for that a couple of times on the cinema.
Yeah.
That looks really good, I must admit. But isn't it like 4 and a bit hours long?
I think so. I don't know if it's going to be Scorsese's longest film to date, but really looking forward to that. And the other one that springs to mind would probably be the Willy Wonka prequel, because it's the same.
Wonka.
I think mainly to do with the fact. I mean, the film looks pretty good from the trailer, but it's because it's the same director of both the Paddington movies, and I absolutely love both of them films. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that one. And the other one, that new quirky film that's coming out from the director of The Favourite. Is it Poor Things? That film coming out. I'll definitely will check that out.
Haven't heard of that one before.
Yeah, it's got like a stacked cast. It's from the director of The Favourite and The Lobster. That film coming out as well.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Jamie, what about you? What are you looking forward to coming out in cinemas?
I think we've had all the good stuff this year. I don't think there's now. I think there's just mainly the new release Wonka and Marvels, and I think that's about it.
No worries. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, there's one film coming out soon called Silent Night, directed by John Woo, and I think it's like his first American film in like 20 years or something. So yeah, I'll probably check that out because I do really like John Woo.
Yeah, I was going to say I heard about that.
Is it the guy from Suicide Squad?
Joe Kinnaman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it about?
I think he's like a hitman or something. But from what I've read, I think apparently there's no dialogue in the film. It's like just action. It's meant to be kind of somewhat experimental, but it's just like action, like no dialogue at all, which sounds pretty cool.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I'll have to check out the trailer for that one. And what about you, Andy?
Yeah, there's one with Jodie Comer and Tom Hardy coming out. I think it's about motorcycles or something. I can't remember what it's called though. But I just think that looks interesting based on the cast alone.
There was one that was supposed to be coming out. I don't know whether it's got delayed or not, but the film Zendaya about like a tennis championship, that looked pretty good.
There was sorry, Pete. I was just going to say there's a couple more that came to mind. By the way, David Fincher's new film, The Killer, and the new Chicken Run. Very excited for that as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I heard that's coming. Yeah, that could be good. And good evening, everybody, and those in the comments. Matt Chat says Dawn of the Dead, and we've got Movie Worm here. We've got Jordan here saying, "Hi guys, by the way, Sam watched Aliens immediately."
Hi, Jordan.
Hey, Jordan.
Hey, Jordan.
It's shocking that I've never seen that film, but I will get to it one day, bud.
I can't believe you haven't seen Aliens. Brilliant, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, I'm really surprised, Pete, that film hasn't still got the light of day of a 4K release yet. I really hope
James
it does, because I
Cameron,
would pick it
that's
up.
the thing.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to be doing like the Abyss 4K. That has been officially announced now by him. So hopefully Aliens will be soon.
Yeah.
We've got Dark Gaming saying hi. Hi, Dark Gaming. And we've got Jordan giving us a horror recommendation, Incident in a Ghostland. Don't know if anyone has seen it. It's on Arrow. I haven't even heard of this one before. Jordan?
Is it Nicolas Cage?
No, that's Prisoners of the Ghostland.
Ah.
Incident in a Ghostland. Anybody heard of that one before?
No.
I've heard of it, but not seen it.
I've not seen it, yeah.
I'll have to keep an eye out for it. We got a question for Mike here from Mike saying, have you ever thought about being in a band or going solo and trying professionally? You shred on guitar and have a cracking voice. Just curious.
Oh, thanks, Mike. Yeah, I mean, I used to be in a band when I was at uni. So yeah, I did that for a bit. Yeah, and I used to do the odd show solo, like probably about 10 years ago, or 10 years ago or so. But yeah, I haven't really done much recently. But yeah, I'd like to get back into it if I could.
I think that'd be great. You have a very good talent there, mate. Definitely worth doing it. And you've done some wonderful videos. You have showcasing your talent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
We have Jordan saying Sleepaway Camp 2 is so underrated. Bruce Springsteen's sister plays the killer and she's awesome. I've heard she's in one of them.
Andy or whoever, I know you're probably going to say it's crap, but is this any good?
Oh, it's crap.
But I've heard it's
awful.
Is it crap?
Not seen it, mate.
Put it in the bin, or give it away to charity. Well, you might enjoy it. You might enjoy it. You got a nice slip cover with it, so at least you can stare at that for an hour and a half.
The thing is, I brought the film for £1, sealed, and then I was in a shop like I've had it probably 5-6 years or something, and I brought it sealed for £1, and then in this other shop, like a year or whatever later, I bought it again just for the slipcover, so I've technically bought the film twice.
Buying it once is bad enough. 2, oh dear. You're going to have to watch it, Jamie, and tell us what you think.
And
what else you got there?
Oh, it's just central intelligence.
We have Mac Chats here saying Dawn is up there with Jaws, The Exorcist, and Alien for greatest horrors of all time. Brilliant stuff. That's another vote for Dawn. We have Edward saying, "What's your thoughts on Stephen King's Cat's Eyes? This is an anthology film, isn't it? It's got very young Drew Barrymore in, and I think James Woods in it as well, if I'm not mistaken." Yeah, I have seen it before. It's not too bad. I didn't mind it. Sam?
I know it's got a 4K release.
Yeah, it's really good, P. Great, like sort of like as I say, anthology film, and it's obviously got 3 stories in it as well, and it's all really interesting. I think it's kind of a mix between, it's like crime thriller, and then the last story is a bit more horror-esque, really. But it is a film I do choose to watch at the horror season. So yeah, really good. And the 4K transfer, mate, is one of the best 4K transfers out there. Stunning. So yeah, great little film. That very underrated as well.
That's good to hear you enjoyed that, Sam. What about you, Jamie? Leave that chocolate alone.
I know it's got a 4K release, but I've not seen it. No.
It's a pretty good film. Definitely worth picking it up, especially on 4K. What about you, Mike?
I've only seen it the once, and I just thought it was okay.
Good stuff. And Andy, what about you?
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
Yeah,
enjoyed it. Yeah,
fine.
Very, very. A lot of the Stephen King tropes are in it. A lot of Easter eggs are in it as well. But yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, great stuff. David says, "What are your opinions on Blu-ray recycle cases? Why can't they put it in a decent price when the movie gets..." Put that curly whirlies back up. Sorry about this. He's got the bloody bag of chocolate out. Pick them out. David, just leave it, will you? Put them back. What are your opinions on Blu-ray recycle cases? Why can't they be put in a decent price when the movies get released? Yeah, the eco cases are a bit of a pain in the backside, damages the disc and the artwork, but you can always replace them. Would be nice if they reduced the price of the films if they're in an eco case, but what we're going to do, it just seems to be the way that they go. Wouldn't surprise me if they come in like a little cardboard little case soon, like what they do when they used to come with papers. What about you, Sam? What's your thoughts on eco cases?
Yeah, I absolutely hate it, mate. It's just the design's just a bit shocking, to be honest. It's very paper thin packaging. And I really don't like that Disney have gone down that route with a lot of their titles now. Warner Archives has done the same as well. Because obviously the only one I picked up was Pump Up the Volume, and it's just very very obviously bare bones packaging. So yeah, I'm hoping some of the Warner Archive titles will get reduced soon as well, because they don't seem to be reducing them.
Yeah, they're expensive. They are. They really should have been like £10 release, not £15.
It's like, Pete, they were released about 6-7 months ago, and they're yet to be reduced. So it's quite shocking, really.
I agree. What about you, Jamie? What do you think of the recyclable cases, the eco cases?
Just 1 second. Yeah, no, you can do. Is there? It's just what it is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Mike, what about you?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them. I think you kind of feel a bit cheated when you pay like full price for them, because they're just so cheap, and yeah, I don't know. I think I'd only ever want to buy them if I was buying them really, really cheap. I wouldn't want to pay full price for those types of cases.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I don't mind having them, but I do try to replace them if I've got spare cases, because they can easily get damaged, and they're very thin plastic now, not the thick ones as they used to be when the Blu-rays first come out.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy?
Yeah, I've never really liked them, to be honest.
Yeah.
I kind of like the slim, thin ones you get when you get like a foreign import or something like that. But the recycled ones are just cack.
You mean like that?
Yeah, like they're like it's like if it's like a foreign import or something. Yeah, because I like to keep like the
but
foreign ones
obviously
together.
That's not eco, but yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
It's slimmer. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the recycled ones are just garbage.
But I agree. Good evening, Frags.
Hello, mate.
Thanks for joining. I'll tell you something. If they did do like eco cases with like big box sets, you'd have this lovely big box set that you paid quite a bit for, and then have an eco case inside. That'd be a bit of a gut punch, really, after having such a nice set.
Well,
Hopefully they
actually,
do that.
I was going to say, P, the Nightmare on Elm Street Blu-ray box set, the actual cases in there are eco cases, which is a bit annoying.
Yeah, they are. Thinking about it, yeah, they are. You're right
Yeah.
there.
But still, it wasn't too bad on the flip side because I only paid about £15 for that.
It's
like
not.
reduced
It's not
by
too
a fiver.
expensive.
Yeah,
It's not too
got it like
expensive.
last year. Yeah.
Yeah. David says, Jamie Batman, when are you going to show off your Blu-ray collection? That would be nice to see a video.
I don't know how to do it though. I think if I do it, I think I might do it how Big Paulie does it and do each letter.
Yeah. Well, what about doing a live stream on your channel, showing them off one by one?
Yeah, I could do, but the thing is, it'll probably be, masterpiece, 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 masterpiece.
That'll be good either way. We've got Sai here saying the scene that makes my stomach churn is the scene in the Serbian film with the main character and his brother are doing things to two people. Yep, haven't seen Serbian film, but I've heard it's quite notorious. You've seen it, Sam?
No, I haven't, mate. But I've, with what I've heard about it, that's kind of hearing that alone is just kind of put me off from watching it. So yeah, I'll have to give that one a miss.
No worries, mate. What about you, Jamie? Have you seen Serbian film?
No.
No problems. Mike?
No, it's one of those. I've got no desire to watch it from what I've heard about it.
Yeah. And what about you, Andy?
No, it's I've read about it. I've read the plot on Wikipedia, and yeah, just not bothered about watching that film anytime soon.
You did have a cameo in that, did you?
No. Fucking hell, Jamie.
No worries. We got Edward here saying who picked up the new Scream 4K Ultra HD or the Steelbook. I haven't. I've just got the Blu-ray of it. I probably will stick with the Blu-ray of it. I like Scream 3, but it's my least favourite of the ones that I've seen. I haven't seen 4 yet. But it's a nice looking Steelbook, the red one is. Have you got it, Andy?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice slipcover.
Yeah, the slipcover looks amazing. I haven't seen the film in years though. I only really watched like the first 2, but this year I do want to watch all 6 of them back to back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out. But like I said, I just haven't seen it in ages. I don't remember much about it.
Yeah, no worry. Great pickup there, Sam. Are you going to get it?
Yeah, I've only seen the first Scream film, mate, which might come as a bit of a shock, but I definitely want to get onto the rest of the franchise. I might wait till like 2, 3, 5, 6 go in like a 2 for 30 deal, and I'll pick them up. And then I think it's only Scream 4 that needs the 4K treatment, and then that's all the Scream franchise that's got the 4K treatment there. But definitely want to get onto the rest of the franchise, absolutely.
Yeah, you're in for a good time with some of the Scream films. Scream 2 is a fantastic follow-up to the first one.
I think it's your favourite, isn't it, Mike? Scream 2.
I'd say the first is still my favourite, but Scream 2 is still really, really good. Probably my second favorite.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. It was just I think I sorry mate. I was just thinking back to your Scream film ranking. I thought you put Scream 2 as your favorite. But yeah, and then obviously Scream, like obviously your second favorite. But yeah, I definitely will check out the rest of the franchise for sure because it was a great Scream film ranking you did there, man. Really enjoyed that.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I might have to double check that because I can't even remember how I ranked the films in those videos. But yeah,
apologies in advance, mate. That I got that wrong, by the way. But yeah, it's meant to be a fantastic sequel for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I hope you like the Scream sequels when you get round to watching them, Sam.
Thank you, mate.
What about you, Jamie? Thinking about picking up Scream 3 on 4K?
The only Scream I've got in 4K, and that's Scream 6.
Yeah. No worries. And Mike?
I will pick it up at some point. I still need to get Scream 2 on 4K. Just haven't gotten around to that one. But yeah, I enjoy Scream 3. It gets a lot of hate, but I quite enjoy it, to be fair.
That's good to hear. It is an entertaining film. Just need the fourth one now on 4K. But it's like a different studio that releases it. That's why it's never in like a box set.
Yeah.
And Howju says 4K set Psychos on rare waves going for 49 quid. Oh, a little bit cheaper as well. That is fantastic. I do want to get that.
Good. Yeah.
Watch as the stream finishes. It'll be sold out.
Oh,
Scotty's here. Scotty says, evening guys, started watching the Friday the 13th sequels for the first time. Only seen 2 and 3 so far. 2 was the best of the 2, but great to see him get the mask in 3.
Are you having?
No, I haven't touched them.
He is.
What's your favourite of the sequels?
You.
Sam, what about you?
And again, mate, I've got a bit of a shocking confession. I haven't seen a single Friday the 13th film. However, Pete, if you can still hear me, I was going to say that Tyneside are showing it at the end of the month, and I do plan on making my first time watch of Friday the 13th at the cinema because I've never seen it, so that'll be really fun.
You've never seen Friday the 13th?
No, mate. I was just just saying, but I've never seen like a single film. So, and because Tyneside is showing the first Friday the 13th film, I want to make my first time watch of that at the cinema for sure.
Oh, awesome. You're in for a treat there, mate. Sorry about that. Mum coming here after chocolate as well, making loads of noise, asking if I've had some chocolate, and I haven't. It's him, it's Adam. But yeah, you're in for a lot of fun with the first Friday, and the second one's really good. I've only seen the first 2 of the Friday films myself, and I go around wearing a Friday the 13th t-shirt, which is a bit of a hypocritical thing when I haven't even seen them all. But I do like the second one. I think the second one's a little bit better, but I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the series.
And again, Mike did a really cool film ranking of the series as well.
Mike's rankings of the films have been great. I really enjoyed his ranking series.
Definitely.
Are you going to be ranking any more films soon, Mike?
Yeah, I think because obviously it's October, I think I'll probably do the Halloween films at some point this month and maybe the Elm Street films as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be good. Great stuff. What about you, Jamie? What's your favourite Friday the 13th film?
Believe it or not, I've not watched them. It's just a franchise that I do want to watch, but I don't have really much interest.
No worries, mate. No worries at all.
I think I've seen bits of the remake, and I think on the 28 one or 2008 one or one of them.
I thought you'd have seen the remake. I knew you would see some of the remake.
I've seen bits of it, and I think that's about it.
Dave, Savage Zombie Reviews really enjoyed the remake of that.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he did a really good review on that. I'll definitely get to it when I eventually get to that in the series for sure.
Awesome. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I really enjoyed 2, 3, 4, and 6. 5 is pretty shit, I'll be honest. But yeah, 2, 3, 4, and 6. I actually like all of them better than the original, which is probably quite controversial. But yeah.
Awesome. And finally, what about you, Andy?
Yeah, part 6 is my favourite. There isn't one that I actually there isn't a movie out of all of them I can look over and go, I hate that movie. I actually get enjoyment out of all 11 of them.
Does 11?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Does the franchise get worse?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie, it does, but I still find them all entertaining and enjoyable.
yeah.
I remember absolutely hating part 9, but then on a rewatch, I had such a fun time with it. I just thought it was hysterical.
Is he actually hard to kill then?
Kind of. Yeah, I don't know. They are what they are. They're just fun, dumb slasher movies, and 6 for me is the one that tries to do something a little bit different and have fun with it, and it works.
What weapon does he have? I can't remember.
A machete?
Yeah.
Machete, that's it.
Yeah, I like them all.
Great stuff. I'll need to watch the rest of the series. Got that box set sitting there, so I'll probably dig into them ones in the coming week. Sai says The Cook, the Thief, and His Wife and Her Lover is a good Michael Gambon film. He's awesome to see. He certainly is. I can remember seeing that one a few years ago.
He's scary. He's quite scary in that film, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. He's such a shame when the news broke of him passing away. David says, what's your favourite Fantastic Beast film? The first one, the rest of them are awful, and probably the first one isn't really that good because I cannot stand Eddie Redmayne in the film. But I like the first one. 2 and 3, they're bad. The third one is awful. Sam, what about you?
I've only seen the first one, mate, and I do remember quite enjoying it. It was probably a one-time watch for me, but I did quite like the first one, but I don't really have much interest with the 2 sequels. But yeah, the first one was all right from what I remember.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, keep it that way. Keep it that way. What about you, Jamie?
Sorry, I'm just tired. Oh.
You okay, mate?
Pardon?
You okay?
Yeah, I think I'm just getting a bit tired. I was late with the Fantastic Beasts. I think it was the first one in 2019 or 2018, and I thought it was amazing. But the sequel is just literally a set-up movie.
Yeah,
it is. And third installment, I want to though. But they've also done a spin-off called Fantastic Breasts. I'll have to give that
I think I'd rather watch Fantastic Breasts than The Secret of Dumbledore's
Snore. I would. I think we all would.
Yeah,
definitely.
Breasts and where to find them.
What about you, Mike? Have you seen the Fantastic Beasts films?
I've only seen the first one, and I've got to be honest, it bored me to tears. So I can only imagine if I didn't like that one, I'll probably hate the other 2.
Yeah, the second one is just literally a set-up movie because it's setting up the next film, and obviously.
Oh, the third one's a set-up movie as well.
You joking?
No. The only bit of action in there is Eddie Redmayne trying to be a crab doing a crab dance. It's awful. It's bad. It is real bad.
Now you're gonna say you actually prefer the Star Wars Disney sequel trilogy to the Fantastic Beasts trilogy.
Oh, I won't go that far. I don't know. I don't know. There probably are better films, even if Rise of Skywalker is pretty bad, and so is The Last Jedi. I'd take them probably over the Fantastic Beasts films because I've got some enjoyment to them.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy, with the Fantastic Beasts films?
If I had to choose my favorite one, it's going to be the first one, but that's by default.
Yeah, the first one's the best
because they're not very good. The first one I did enjoy. First time I watched it, but then on rewatch, I was like, "Fucking hell, this is a slog to get through this." If they were gonna do a Harry Potter prequel, it should have been about Harry's parents and the original Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah,
and about them fighting Voldemort the first time. That's what the prequel should have been about. Not
should have been
the fucking garbage we got. It's just so boring. That third film, Jesus Christ, it was one of the most boring films I've ever seen.
I'm gonna have to watch it. I've got it in, but the thing that baffles me is in the Fantastic Beasts trilogy, you've got Dumbledore in Jude Law. You've got him in all these nice posh suits. And then when they do Harry Potter, they're all in like these old robes and everything.
Well, he is an old man in Harry Potter.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like Jude Law's wear all these nice suits and.
I don't know. I never really wondered about what Dumbledore wore. But one of the most annoying things in the Fantastic Beasts films was Ezra Miller's character. Could not stand that character. Oh, dear me. Dreadful. Marvel fan says Michael Gambon was in Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Was he? Oh, I still haven't seen that one yet. It's cool.
Oh, yeah, I think he was one of the men that was round the table.
Cool.
When they did like.
We've got Movie Worm saying, "Gotta shoot, guys, but I will listen to the replay and work as usual." Hey, no worries, Sean. Thanks ever so much for watching, mate. Always appreciate your support. Going to watch Night of the Creeps for the first time based on Andy's recommendation. Have a great stream.
Thanks. I really hope you enjoy that. If you love 80s horror, yeah, you'll get something out of that film.
Is Tom Atkins in Night of the Creeps?
Yeah. That's like that's his most favorite film he's ever made.
Really? Oh, yeah. Wow.
Night of the Creeps. I fucking love it. Love that film.
We'll have to check that one out. Oh, you've seen it, Mike? Night of the Creeps?
Yeah, it's great.
Brilliant stuff. Sam?
I've not, mate, but I definitely will have to check that out at some point because I'm all for 80s horror and obviously films that sort of like catch my fancy really, and I'm sure that'll be one of them. So yeah, definitely we'll have to seek that one out for sure.
Yeah. And Jamie, what about you? Seen Night of the Creeps?
Nah.
No worries. Minhaju's pissing his pants when he said, "Boy Brahms, the boy, not seen the boy, but the boy Brahms." We've got Ian here. He's saying, "My favourite Evil Dead film is the second one. It's not one of my favourite series of films. I think they are overrated." I'm sorry, I know it's not a popular opinion. Hey, yeah, every opinion's equal, mate.
But obviously the boy 2, is it Brahms, the boy 2 or something like that?
Oh, right. Well, that's a nice copy of the boy there you got. And you got the second one as well, haven't you?
No, I haven't seen the second one. I want to, though.
Okay. Hey, you don't have to apologise, mate. It's your opinion. Everybody's opinion matters, and it's nice to hear somebody's different take on the Evil Dead franchise. But the second one's really good. Hey, my favourite of them is the third one. and a lot of people say that's the wrong one, but doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
but Batman gets a lot of hate because he goes to a different universe or somewhere different, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So
So like
back in time to like medieval times.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, it's kind of what the nickname for Army of Darkness would probably be Medieval Dead.
Yeah.
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 I think it's good. I only watched it for the first time like back in February, and yeah, really
I
good.
do want to, with it being Halloween and all that, I want to try and watch quite a few horror
Yeah.
franchises and rank them.
I just loved Army of Darkness first, like
Yeah.
going into the comedic side of it and the practical, like sort of Ray Harryhausen effects. It just worked for me. But I do want to go and revisit them all again, especially after watching Rise. And after watching the first episode of Ash vs Evil Dead, I do want to watch the series of it as well because that looks definitely up my street.
Not
Well,
cancelled, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, speaking of, sorry, Pete, I was just going to say, speaking of that, I actually still need to start season 3 of Ash vs Evil Dead. I'll have to make time for that this month.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Born in the 70s Gaming says, Ian, I thought Evil Dead Rise was subpar even as a standalone horror, so I see where you're coming from in regards to the series. But yeah, there's a few people who weren't a big fan of it, and that's okay. It's good to see that there's some people out there who weren't a big fan. We've got Minhaju here saying, anyone seen these 5 British horrors? Frozen, The Children, Creep, The One on the Train, The Ruins, and Midnight Meat Train. Really good films. Frozen, is this the one where they're on like a mountaintop thing and they're like little cable car stops or whatever it is? If it's that one, I've seen that. That's not too bad. Haven't seen The Children, but I've seen Creep on the Train. That's pretty good. That's the one. Yeah, that was all right. Yeah, that was all right. That wasn't bad.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. It was something a bit different.
And I have seen the Midnight Meat Train many years ago. It's got Vinnie Jones in it. I haven't seen The Ruins. Sam, what about you?
I've not seen any of them, May. The one I might be interested in seeing is obviously Creep because God, what's the actor called? It was in 24-Hour Party People and what's his name? And he was also in is it the film Possum? And he was in the Mission Impossible films as well. That actor, he's in that, and yeah, that's one I like to check out. I know James JT at the movies. Him and his girlfriend went saw that when they were on holiday, and they had a great time watching that.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. So, Jamie, which ones you've seen? I know you said you've seen Frozen.
Yeah, I've seen Frozen. I've seen Frozen. I haven't seen The Children. I've seen Creep, which was okay actually, and I've not seen The Ruined.
What about the Midnight Meat Train?
No, did you see what I did there? Because there's an episode on Family Guy where with Stewie and Brian, and it says, "Oh, what do you call ancient Greek structures?" And he's like, "Ruins." How would you describe this evening? And he goes, "This evening's ruined, of course. This evening's ruined." It's a Family Guy thing.
Certainly is. What about you, Mike?
I've only seen Creep and the Midnight Meat Train, and yeah, they were okay.
Great stuff. What about you, Andy?
I've only seen Creep and I wasn't a fan.
No worries. We got Minhaju saying, I've never seen the Blair Witch films. Are they any good? What are they about? Found footage films, are they? Yeah, they're found footage films. I've only seen the first one. Not too big of a fan of it. If you want a good found footage film, watch Wreck. Sam, have you seen the Blair Witch films?
I haven't, mate. No, not got to them yet.
No worries. Jamie?
The original Blair Witch I've not seen. Well, I've seen the last 10 minutes, and apparently the people say the last 30 seconds. I've seen the ending is like the best. But they did in 2013. They
did a remake.
They did this. But the thing is, this isn't actually a remake. This is like a sequel. It's a sequel to the original, but 20 years later. So the people from the first one, or I think it's just random people, go back to the same woods to try and, and yeah, I enjoyed this.
Good stuff. Good stuff. What about you, Mike?
I've only seen the first Blair Witch, and yeah, the ending's really good. Like the last 10 minutes is like pretty creepy, but the rest of the film is just a bit. I don't know. It's just a bunch of people talking in the woods for like 90 minutes, but the ending is pretty good.
Brilliant. Andy?
Yeah, I'm the same as well. I actually quite like the first film, but that ending's fucking creepy.
Mm-hmm.
When you find out what it's like all about, like what it all means.
Yeah. We've got Ian here saying, what films or series of films don't you like yet everyone else seemed to love? Good question. Very good question.
Ooh.
Can you think of one, Sam?
Yeah, I think for me, I definitely would go with Fast and Furious. I know it's got its fans, but it's just not my cup of tea, unfortunately. And Twilight, again, I think it's got its fans, but it's just not my cup of tea, unfortunately. And I think probably the Hunger Games. I think I'd probably would go with them three for now.
Yep. Great picks there. Can't argue with them. I'm certainly the same with the Hunger Games. Cannot stand it. And that new one. What is the point in that prequel? I've seen the trailer for it, and I'm just like, this is the most pointless thing to release. What about you, Jamie?
Oh, I don't know. Can it be TV series?
Yeah.
I've not seen them, but there's two TV series that I've not seen, but I own. No, I don't own this because it's Netflix. I've not seen Stranger Things. I really want to, but I do feel like it is overhyped because everyone's raving and raving about it. I do want to watch it, don't get me wrong, but I just do, is it going to live up to the hype? And the other thing is, I own it, I've got them, but I do want to watch them, is the Cobra Kai. I just feel like that is overhyped, but I've not watched it, but I want to. But is it going to live up to the hype?
The Stranger Things, I've seen about half of the first season, and don't get me wrong, I liked it.
Don't get me wrong.
I liked it, but I don't know, I just couldn't really get into it, which was a shame. I mean, I've heard it does get better on in like the second and third season, but
it's just there's been so much hype around it for years, and I'm like, is that just going to be too much?
Yeah, there's always that stigma with hype that you're going to go in, you've heard all this amazing stuff, and then if you watch it and you don't like it, it's a shame.
Pete, Sorry, Jamie, what were you saying?
I do really want to watch Stranger Things, but I just don't feel like it's going to live up to the hype.
Yeah.
That's my only issue. Will it or not? I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's just so much hype surrounding it.
I will say, Pete, in terms of TV series, I've actually got a couple that come to mind. Squid Game, I thought that was so overhyped, in my opinion. I really wasn't a fan of that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's very popular, mate. It didn't do a great deal for me, unfortunately.
No
And
worries.
probably Ozark as well. I was so bored watching Ozark. It's very popular, but it didn't do a great deal for me. Unfortunately, as much as I wanted to love it, it just didn't quite live up to the hype, that one.
Yeah, aye, no worries there. And what about you, Mike?
I think for a film series, I'd probably say probably the Child's Play movies. Like I enjoy the first one, but I don't really care for the rest of them. Yeah, I just think they're a bit overhyped.
Yep, I agree there. First one's really good. Not too fussed
Yeah.
about the rest of them.
hmm
What about you, Andy?
Bar the second movie, because I actually really like the second film, fucking Pirates of the Caribbean. I can't abide it.
Mm,
Just can't get into it at all.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't get why that first movie is regarded as good as it is.
I like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Fair play to you,
Mm.
Jamie. Fair play to you. But I just can't. I can't get on board with them. Apart from the second one, 'cause I quite like the second one. That feels like an Indiana Jones movie towards the end.
yeah, it does.
The,
Yeah, it does.
the only character in the franchise that keeps it going as good as it is Jack Sparrow's Johnny Depp. He makes that franchise.
Yeah, I think for me, the first three are brilliant. I really do love them.
Yeah.
I loved watching them as a kid. But the fourth one was a mess, and the fifth one felt like Johnny Depp was going through the motions, really. He didn't really want to be there for me.
I think for me as well, apart from Legolas, Orlando Bloom's a fucking dull actor.
Yeah, I agree. Orlando
he's just
Bloom is
bland.
just as bland as dishwater. He is.
Yeah.
It's boring.
Oh yeah, I have another one that I feel like it's I do like these films, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like as time's gone on, the franchise has come more and more popular, and I just think it's Harry Potter. I just think it's come to the point now where it's extremely overhyped, and it's just become considerably more popular. And I like them, but I wouldn't rave about them to the extent that people do.
I think those films were lightning in the bottle and were just a perfect time with a perfect cast. And I think it's the constant milking of the franchise that's hurting it more than anything.
Yeah. And there's another one that's come to mind as well. I'm going to get hate for this.
Go on.
I think Lord of the Rings, it's just Lord of the Rings. People are like, oh, Lord of the Rings, the greatest trilogy ever made. It's the best trilogy in this and that. I prefer The Hobbit.
I'll
The
fair play,
Hobbit
Jamie.
is considerably miles better. I love The Hobbit.
I was just going to say, Pete, this might be an unpopular opinion. I might be on an island with this answer. As much as the films are good for Lord of the Rings, I'm probably one of the few people that does prefer the books. I think the books are absolutely fantastic. Like my favourite books ever, and same can be said with The Hobbit as well.
I'm not a big Lord of the Rings fan, and I just feel like it's
it's fair enough, mate.
Considerably, and all it is just about 3 films where people are just returning jewelry. They're just basically returning jewelry to a volcano.
Returning jewelry to H. Samuel.
Returning jewelry to a volcano. I know there's side plots and other characters in this and that, but I just think that's overhyped as well.
That's fair enough, mate.
The Hobbit is so much better, and even though that's the cash grab, everyone thinks, but The Hobbit's so much better.
Unfortunately for me, I wasn't that much fan of The Hobbit, but I'm glad that you enjoyed them.
Yeah, I do love The Hobbit.
I'm currently listening to the audiobook, P, read by Nicole Williamson. I've got the triple vinyl set of that, and it's gorgeous, and it's such a great audiobook as well. I've listened to it about 3-4 times. I listen to it like every September, October time. Great audiobook, love that.
Brilliant stuff. Me, films and series of films that I don't get into. Hunger Games, could never get into them. Again, Child's Play. Film, The Goonies. Do not like that film one little bit. Here's a little bit of a controversial one. I love the first one. The second one is lauded by everybody as one of the greatest superhero films of all times. I think it's just fine. And then the third one, not a fan. Dark Knight trilogy. I do like them, but I don't love them.
That's fair, mate. Yeah.
Another one. These are two, and I'm going to get hate for this again. I think the most two overhyped. I think that basically these two horror films, I think they're the most two overhyped horror films ever.
Oh.
Just extremely overhyped, and they're not that good. I'm just not a big fan, and they're just extremely overhyped. And
Come on, Anne.
The
No, you're not.
Signing, The Signing, and the original Halloween. I just think they're
No.
overhyped.
I know a few people who aren't a fan of either, so that's not controversial, mate.
Yeah.
Even Stephen King himself didn't like The Shining.
Yes, I'm just not. But the thing is, Doctor Sleep's a masterpiece.
I haven't seen Doctor Sleep.
I love it.
So.
I love Doctor Sleep. It references The Shining, but it does it in stages. It slowly builds up, and then at the end, it's just like release and poof. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just not a big fan of Shining. It's overhyped.
So Doctor Sleep slowly builds up and then explodes.
Yeah.
Nice.
It does reference The Shining, but it does it in stages, and then at the end, it's just like boom, there.
Great stuff. Minhaju says, may pick them up on Amazon as they're on sale. Is it just me, but my shopping baskets is full of horrors waiting for me to pull the trigger? How about you guys? Well, it is Halloween, mate. Buying up some horrors. No worries about that. And there will be a lot of horror movies on sale. He continues to say he quite enjoyed the Chernobyl Diaries, such a suspenseful little creepy gripping film. May pick that one up too. Oh, that one. Yeah, never heard of it.
Yeah, it's 2012. It's basically, you've heard of Chernobyl, haven't you, with the radiation?
Yeah.
It's basically a group of people go and visit Chernobyl, and obviously they have the Geiger counter or whatever for the radiation. And basically, when they get to Chernobyl, they're trying to leave. They look round it, and they're trying to leave. And obviously, the car won't start. So, and then obviously, they all go walking around Chernobyl, and it just, yeah.
Oh, nice. Have you seen it, Sam?
No, I haven't, mate. I've heard that's meant to be quite a good film, though. I thought the Chernobyl miniseries was absolutely fantastic. Probably one of the best TV dramas I've ever seen. But no, not seen the Chernobyl Diaries. I might get to that one eventually, though.
Good stuff. Mike, have you seen that one?
I've not seen it, but I remember seeing the trailer for it, and I remember thinking it looked quite good. And I've always been like fascinated with Chernobyl and the fact that it's like a ghost town and all that. And I always thought it would make a good setting for a horror movie. But then I read like a lot of really bad reviews for it, so I just never bothered watching it. But I might have to check it out.
And Andy, have you seen it?
No, I've heard of it, but never seen it.
No worries. And Minhaju says that is £3 on Amazon. Not too bad,
Yeah.
We got David saying, Andy, you have a very lovely dog.
Thank you, David.
Sorry says Newcastle's gone up 2-0 against PSG. Fuck me, I'm in heaven.
Yeah, it's finished 3-1 to Newcastle.
Oh, that's good result.
Very good result. At least I think it's finished.
PSG, what's that?
Paris Saint-Germain.
All right. I thought it was a washing up liquid or something. Ian says, what films do you love but most people hate? I know you're a big fan of this one, Ian. Catwoman. Really love it. And Nigel will bell on me, but I love Jason X as well. Okay. I remember I watched Catwoman the other week, and oh my word, that was a struggle to get through. I don't know how we watched it, but fair play to you, mate. I know you enjoy it, and I know Soap's a big fan of it as well. Quite a few other people. That's good. So, Sam, what film do you love that most people hate?
Crikey, that's a good one. I mean, I wouldn't say I loved it, but I do have as I say, I've got a soft spot for Batman Forever. That's definitely become a guilty pleasure, that one now. But I think I'm just thinking of it like another one on top of my head. Crikey, I probably would go with Halloween Season of the Witch is another one. I mean, I don't think most people hate it, but I know a lot of people do hate it, so I probably would go with something like that.
Great stuff. What about you, Jamie?
Rise of the Skywalker, Force Awakens, Dark Phoenix. What else? Dominion, Jurassic World Dominion. Men. The Flash.
You just randomly said Men out of nowhere.
No, the film Men.
You like Men?
No, the film The Year 24
Yeah.
Men.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's a good film, isn't it?
I enjoyed it. Fast X.
I like that as well.
I did. God, the Halloween Ends.
Jamie, question. Is Rise of Shitewalker a masterpiece?
It is, yeah. I love Rise of the Skywalker. It gets a lot of hate, but I love it.
Well, I'm glad that you enjoy it. Unfortunately for me, it didn't work, but I'm glad you like it, and it's great to hear your passion about it.
I love it.
Okay, what about you, Mike? What are some films that you love that most people hate?
I think the only one I can think of is the Super Mario Brothers from the 1990s. But yeah, I just love that.
I did wonder you were going to say that one. It is an entertaining film, very dark and silly.
Yeah.
Great stuff. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, there's quite a few. The movie's awful, but I actually get a kick out of Suburban Commando. It's terrible, but I love it. Spice World, the movie.
That's entertaining.
Samurai Cop and The Room as well, and Batman and Robin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
Or Brie Larson.
Tommy Wiseau.
I've got that on DVD, but I've not watched it. I need to. But I've got The Disaster Artist as well. I need to watch that, which is based on The Room.
Yeah.
That's quite good.
Yeah,
that's quite good.
The Disaster Artist is great.
For me, I'm thinking about, you know what? Phantom Menace. A lot of people hate that, but I think a lot of people do enjoy that one now. Definitely after the sequel trilogy.
One, The Incredible Hulk.
The what?
The Incredible Hulk. Edward Norton, I love it.
Any more, Jamie?
Ooh. Guaranteed we'll go on to another question, and then I'll think of all these films.
Yeah. But anyway, for me, I can also think of Batman and Robin. I do enjoy that one. The Deadpool, the Dirty Harry films, not the greatest of them, but that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I like Hellraiser 3. A lot of people weren't a big fan of that one, but I do like that one. And obviously, the film that I do bang on about that I really do enjoy, that everybody hates, Speed 2. Love it.
I'd also say, Pete, actually, probably a couple of the Planet of the Apes sequels as well, in like the original 5-film run. Like, what was it? Conquest is super underrated. I don't think most people hate that though, because that's gained a bit of a cult following. And Escape from the Planet of the Apes. That gets a lot of shit, that film, but I really enjoy it.
Really?
It's great. The third one.
I've got another one.
Yeah.
The best, in my opinion, it's the best Predator film ever made. The most underrated film ever made. And that's Predators with Adrian Brody.
Oh, what, the Robert Rodriguez one?
Yeah, it gets so much hate, but it's got a little cult following. But I love it.
Yeah, I don't mind that one. That's okay. But the one from 2018, that can get in the bin.
Yeah.
Actually, there was a film this year that came out, directed by Robert Rodriguez. It's a terrible film. I admit it's not good, but it's so entertaining. Hypnotic. Such a ludicrous film, but I had a blast with it.
Ben Affleck one.
I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. Winslow says, yeah, it's on stream, and that's why I watched it.
Is it free?
Well, I got it from what it was, yeah. They're showing Stalker on the 8th, Sam.
Oh, excellent. Thanks for letting me know, mate.
Comments are just loading up. Who have we got here? We've got Dowboy here. I've missed many collection sets that are now out of print. JFK in December is getting a 4-disc 4K reissue. Is there a collection set that you missed that you would love to be reissued? Oh, the Arrow Video Store box set. That'd be cool if they re-release that one. That is a really nice set. So I'd say that one. What about you, Sam?
I'll try to fit that now out of print. I would love to. I would love to, even though it will never get reissued, I would love to get the limited edition of Doctor Who Season 10, The Collection, because that's the only one I'm missing in the collection limited edition range with John Pertwee. I'm not sure if there's anything else coming to mind. Probably a couple of the Second Sight releases, like Assault on Predator 13, because I've got a fancy like Second Sight edition, and yeah, probably just something like that for now, Pete. Yeah, that's coming to mind.
Sounds good to me, mate. What about you, Jamie?
Now really comes to mind, to be fair. Oh, and I've got another one. The new Matrix film.
Oh, you enjoyed that, did you?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, yeah. I actually enjoyed it.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed that, mate. What about you, Mike? Think of a out of print set you'd like to come back in print.
I can't really think of one, to be honest. I think all the ones that I want, I think I've got most of them. So yeah, there isn't really one that comes to mind.
No worries. And what about you, Andy?
Probably that Warner Brothers special edition of The Shining.
Oh, yeah, I'll go with that one as well, definitely.
Great stuff. We have Edward here saying, what's your thoughts on Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2? Never heard of it.
No.
Yeah,
I have seen it.
AJ reviewed that.
Who?
AJ, I think AJ reviewed that.
Oh, AJ reviewed it. Oh, cool.
Yeah, I think it's a new cartoon animated one they've done, yeah.
Oh, nice. Is that like Crypto the Superdog?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think it's a
Oh.
cross thing.
Nice. Sai says Thanksgiving is based on a fake trailer from the Grindhouse movies, Planet Terror and Death Proof. It's like Machete and Hobo with the Shotgun were fake trailers. Oh, right. Oh. I'll have to give the trailer a watch. It sounds pretty good. Marvel fan says the Finding Nemo 4K was priced $7.99 a few days ago, but it's gone up now to $11.99. I'm still waiting for 4K Steelbook of Finding Nemo.
Let me know when you find him.
Sai says in Silent Night, Joel Kinnaman has lost his voice in a shooting in which he loses his son, so he decides to take vengeance on the gangs who did the drive-by.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's interesting. We've had revenge films like that, but the thing that makes this unique is obviously he can't speak. But we've never had like that, have we?
No, it sounds really good, and it's a John Woo film, so it should be very entertaining. Great stuff. We've got Edward here saying, what's your favourite Saw film? For me, it's the first one of the two I've seen. Loved it. Definitely do want to pick up on Blu-ray. Definitely see that me rewatching that one quite a few times. And I can see how Jamie would say that is his favourite horror film of all time.
No,
Sam,
technically it's not.
Oh, go on then, Jamie.
Probably, even though Saw is my favourite horror film ever, it's not the best in the franchise. I do love the first Saw a lot, don't get me wrong. But I think probably the best one now is probably Saw X.
That's good.
Yeah, I've not seen any of them, P. No, it's a franchise that I probably will get to one day eventually.
It's basically
Brilliant.
taught on.
Yeah. And for you, Jamie, it's going to be Saw 10M?
Yeah.
All right. Mike, what about you?
Definitely the first one.
Yeah, great film. And Andy?
Yeah, the first one.
Good stuff. We have Ian Hill, the Ramblings here, saying, what's your favourite Richard Burton film? That's a great pick there. Richard Burton.
Is he a Tim Burton relative?
No.
No. Richard Burton. Wasn't Richard Burton in oh bugger me. Where Eagles Dare?
Yeah.
I'd say that or Cleopatra. I think he was in 1984 as well. He was pretty good in that. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, the only one that I think I might have seen is 1984. Sorry, Pete. What was some of the other big films, or at least well-known films he was in?
I don't know. He was in The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, I thought, wasn't he? I'm pretty certain he was in that, and Where Eagles Dare. Wild Geese, he was in that with Roger Moore. I think he was in Zulu with Michael Caine as well?
Oh, that's a good film. I do like that. I'll probably I probably would go with Zulu then, and 1984 is really good as well, definitely.
Brilliant. Jamie, what about you? What's your favourite Richard Burton film?
No idea who he is.
So I'll move straight on to Mike. And what's your favourite film of his?
Oh, definitely Exorcist 2, without a doubt.
Fucking forgot about
that. Yeah.
He's probably in Exorcist 2, is he?
Yeah, he's like the main character in Exorcist 2. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Other than that, probably the Wild Geese, Roger Moore. That's pretty fun.
That's a fun film. And Andy, what about you?
Yeah, there's a really underrated British gangster movie he's in called Villain.
Is it?
From the 70s, which is awesome. And Another great film he's in with Liz Taylor is Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
And
Nice.
yeah, Cleopatra. That's all I can think of at the minute. Yeah.
Oh. We do have Born in the 70s, Game and Sally, and Medusa's Touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think John picked that one up a few months back, P. When I met up with John and Nige, I think that was one of the pickups John got.
Ah, right. The name does ring a bell, so I must have saw it from John's video. Nice.
Yeah.
And we do have Sai here saying Where Eagles Dare as well. Great film. We've got Jake Talks Movies
Hello,
here
Jake.
saying good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jake.
Hey, Jake.
Thanks for joining. Everybody's saying hello to Jake. We have Ian here saying, what's your favourite Hammer sci-fi fantasy film? Oh, dear me. I honestly don't know.
I've not seen that many, Pete, to be honest.
I don't know whether they did the Doctor Who ones or not. I'm honestly not sure. The one with Peter Cushing. But
I don't know. No, because I know obviously there is the two, obviously Doctor Who films with Peter Cushing, but I don't think they would count. But not too sure.
The only ones I can think of then is Quatermass and the Pit.
I really want to check that out. To be fair.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I think there's two of them. I remember seeing the first one and enjoying that quite a bit. So that would be a good solid one. Can't really think of any other sci-fi ones or even fantasy ones. It's mostly just horror. What about you, Jamie?
I don't think I've seen any.
No worries. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I can't really think of any. I think when it comes to Hammer, it's only really horror. I know. I don't think I've really seen any of the sci-fi ones.
Yeah, for me it's the same. Like only Quatermass. And Andy, what about you?
Yeah, Hammer's one of those sort of studios where it's like my knowledge on it's bare minimum. Can't place one.
No worries. Next up here, we've got Nige here saying, evening chaps, so sorry I couldn't make it. I'm in bed feeling sorry for myself.
You bastard.
Hey,
Hello,
Nige, no worries
Get well
about
soon,
it.
Nige.
Have a speedy recovery, mate. Yeah, you take care. Underrated and overlooked films, Hellfest, Ghost Story from 81, and Trick or Treat. Great recommendations there, Nige. And Sai's also saying get well soon, Nige. So is Marvel fan. Silent Scream from 79, starring Barbara Still and Yvonne DiCarlo, and The Burning. Ooh. Still haven't seen The Burning yet. Heard great things about it.
That's really good, Pete.
Right, a lot of people wishing Nige getting better soon, and we all echo that thought. He says, question for all five. Which horror films has given you the biggest jump scare you've ever had in your life?
Oh, cracky.
That's a good one.
Ooh.
I remember the lawnmower scene in Sinister. I was like, oh, you bastard. That was pretty, like, I wasn't expecting that. I can't really think of some other jump scares. There's one in Exorcist 3. That's a really good one. But I can't think of any other ones.
Yeah, on top of my head, I remember having a couple of jump scares from The Strangers from 2008. That's a really good film.
That is a good one, yeah.
And obviously, I was fairly young when I watched it, Pete. This was like 10 years ago, but Woman in Black as well. That would probably be another one. But there's not.
Oh, what, the
really...
Danny Radcliffe one?
Danny Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, I wasn't that keen on that one, but yeah, that one did have some jump scares.
It was all right. It was okay. It was one of those, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Film that I did talk about a little bit earlier on, the underrated sort of horror film ICU, that had a couple of really cool jump scares in. Yeah, I was like, nice. Oh crap, you bastard. What about you, Jamie?
don't know, actually. I'm like, don't know. That's a tough one.
No worries, mate, if you can't think of one.
I don't know. I think it might be the first Paranormal Activity.
Hmm.
I think it might be the first Paranormal Activity watching it at the cinema because obviously we didn't know what was going to happen and stuff. Probably the Paranormal Activity.
That's a good pick there. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, so I think, like you said, Pete, I think like that one from Exorcist 3, that it's probably like one of the best executed jump scares. But in terms of one that scared me, I think the only one that I can probably think of, and I think Nigel will probably be very happy to hear this, but the bit in Jaws when the head appears in the boat.
Yeah.
Like even
Yeah.
when I rewatch the film, even though I know it's coming, it still kind of makes me jolt a little bit. Yeah, that's a really effective one.
Great stuff. And finally, what about you, Andy?
Probably the bit in the It remake when Pennywise comes out the projector.
Oh,
Yeah, that
that's
was
a
a
good
good
one.
thing,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah, that's pretty creepy. Ian's wishing Nigel the best. We have Edward here saying, what's your thoughts on the new Child's Play Arrow Blu-ray set? Frankly, I think it looks a bit crap. I don't like the artwork. The first film isn't in 4K, the best film, and it just seems very lackluster, especially after all what they've done with the other box sets. I was expecting a little bit more. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the Child's Play films, so it doesn't really bother me, but for those who are a fan, I would imagine quite a few are a little bit disappointed. What about you, Sam? Have you seen the box set?
I have, mate, and I saw it, when it got announced, and I've only seen the first Chucky film, but I think I'm gonna just, maybe get the standard Blu-ray box set and see where that takes me, because I don't really want to just bite the bullet and pay out. Is it nearly £100 on that Arrow
I think it's
set?
about
I'm not
100
too
quid,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't really justify to that, so I'll probably stick with a cheaper version of them films on like Blu-ray and
Yeah.
see how I feel about them, and if I can adjust to the Arrow set. We'll just have to see how that goes.
Yeah. What about you, Jamie? You were going to say something?
Yeah, the thing that's frustrating is why can't they do the first one in 4K, but all the sequels are?
It is a very odd thing. I think it might be rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's right, so obviously Arrow's doing their limited edition, aren't they?
Mm.
So Arrow's doing the limited edition with the Arrow one, and the yellow box. The yellow's the standard one, but
And the
the
blue's
Arrow
exclusive.
limited edition is blue in it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't like the blue because so I've got the Chucky box set here. It's 1 to 7. It's not a slim case. It's the thicker version. It's that one, and
Yeah.
I have it displayed on the shelf like that because
To be honest, I think you're better off keeping with that. That's a nice looking box set.
I really do like that, and I think the yellow's unique, and I think it matches the box perfectly. But if all this was blue, it'd look crap. And then on the top, I just have them on the top.
Mm.
But I really like how the box set is. I know it's a chunky thing, but the yellow thing matches perfectly, and I love it.
That's a nice little set. I must admit.
I really like it. I'm glad I've got the thicker one. I only paid I think I paid like 30 quid for it. and
Good deal.
That's
yeah,
good.
it's really nice. I really like
Yeah.
it. I've not seen the sequels. I've only seen 1, 2, and 3 in the remake.
Did you like the remake?
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So, Mike, what do you think of the set?
I mean, I think the fact that they're releasing it, I think, is kind of cool. I mean, I'm hoping it kind of paves the way for like some more like big franchises that maybe Arrow could tackle, because obviously they've done Psycho and now they're doing Chucky. But like you guys have said, like the artwork's just not great, and the fact that the first movie's not in 4K, and I know it's probably out of Arrow's control, but it just kind of feels a bit incomplete without that. So yeah, it's probably going to be a no from me for that box set.
I know the Bruce Lee one, like Enter the Dragon, wasn't in 4K, and I was more down to Warner Brothers, and that was understandable because it was just right round the corner. But
Yeah.
like, there's no up and coming release of the first film on 4K in this country, so it's a very odd decision.
Yeah, see, with the Bruce Lee box set, for me, it just kind of, because that box set was mainly about his Golden Harvest films, which is like the Hong Kong ones, and I just kind of felt like Enter the Dragon was just kind of a bonus, really. I didn't see it as like counting as being part of the box set. It was just kind of a bonus disc for me.
Yeah, that's true. And what about you, Andy? What's your thoughts on the set?
Yeah, I don't think it looks great. It looks bad. The fact that we're not getting the first movie on 4K as well is massive letdown, because that's, for me, that's the best of the franchise.
Yeah, I agree. Such a shame. And I don't think you actually do get like a hardback book with it. I think you just get a very flimsy book with it as well. We've got Scott here saying, hello guys, hope you're doing well.
Scott.
Also, Rockgod, get well soon, buddy. Hey, Scott. We've got Edward saying, which is better, the 2003 version of Haunted Mansion or the 2023 version? Haven't seen the new one. It's hit Disney Plus. You know what? I may give it a shot. But I remember loving the 2003 one as a kid. Guilty pleasure as a kid. So I'd probably just say that. Have you seen any of these ones, Sam?
I haven't, mate. Well, if I have seen the 2003 version, I haven't seen it in a very long time. I think I might have even remembered having it on VHS, but no, as I say, I cannot remember that movie at all. But I might rewatch it, and of course, definitely for Eddie Murphy as well.
Yeah, he's really good in it. He's very entertaining. What about you, Jamie? Which is your favourite of the Haunted Mansion films?
I've not seen the new one, but I know the new one's on Disney Plus soon. But I do like the Eddie Murphy one.
Yeah, the new one come out today on Disney Plus.
Oh, is it?
Oh, he's got excited. Yes,
Oh, I have
today.
watched it. I haven't watched it, but yeah, I might just watch that tonight then. Bye, I'm off.
Wow, you must be the most.
Good? Is it any
I
good?
don't know. I ain't really heard much about it. It didn't do well at the box office.
Is it a remake to the Eddie Murphy?
No, I think it's its own thing.
Oh, that if it's his own thing, that's good. But if it's a remake, I'd be like, it's not needed.
Seen any of them, Mike?
I've not seen either of them, to be honest, so no, I can't comment.
No worries. And Andy?
Nope, not seen either.
No worries. A lot of people wishing Nigel the best. Yeah, David says the same. Nigel says a Serbian film is nowhere near as bad as what people say. It is, in my opinion, is a very well made, and the infamous scene isn't graphic, and you can see the baby is a dummy. Oh. It's what the film makes you think. That is the most shocking thing, says Sorry. We've got Dalboy saying, oi, Rockgod, get back to bed, you bellend. That's an order, mister.
What
People
you
chatting. What are you saying, Jamie?
What you should do, Nige, you should get to bed, and then you should get a little bell and ring it and get Laura to get you stuff.
Yeah. Wanking any more films? Oh, ranking. Sorry, bad headset. Soy says, has anyone seen the teaser trailer for the Toxic Avenger remake? It looks grimy. I didn't know the trailer come out yet. But Peter Dinklage is in it, so that's quite cool. Elijah Wood looks almost unrecognizable, so I'll make it a watch. You seen the trailer, Sam?
No, I did find out about it before the stream started, Pete, and I probably would give it a watch. I do need to go back and rewatch the original because it's been quite a long time, and then probably check out the sequels out of curiosity as well. So yeah, definitely be up for it.
That's good to hear. What about you, Jamie? Toxic Avenger remake?
I've not even watched the original Toxic Avenger, to be fair.
No worries. Mike?
No, I've not seen the trailer for this new one.
No problem. And Andy?
No, I've not seen the trailer. I love the original, but I've not seen the new trailer, no.
Yeah.
How's the sequels? Sorry, Pete. I was just going to say, Andy, have you seen the sequels to Toxic Avenger?
No, I've only seen the original.
Okay. Yeah.
How many
The original's
sequels
good.
are there to Toxic Avenger?
Is it
think
2,
there's
3,
up
is
to
it?
4. I think there's
There's
up to
4
4.
films.
Yeah.
Wow. Nigel's saying to Sai about Serbian film. Absolutely, mate. It is shocking, don't get me wrong, but people do over exaggerate a tad. Nigel says, bastards, all the horror questions come out when I'm not on. You'll save all the fucking Marvel ones for me. Nigel says, get to bed, Jamie, you drip. Dalboy says, I've got about 20 Marvel questions stored for Nigel. Don't worry, all will be okay. Marvel fan says, Harry Potter films are good, but I did watch the first Fantastic Beasts movie. It was absolutely awful. Couldn't be bothered to watch the others. Well, if you didn't like the first one, definitely don't bother with the others. They're even worse. Sai says, a question for Andy. What's your favourite Tom Atkins line from Night of the Creeps?
It's got to be Thrill Me.
Ooh. Nice. I need to see this Night of the Creeps. Minhaji says, Pete, is the Hogwarts Legacy game on PS5 any good? May pick that one up soon. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. It takes like the Harry Potter world, put in a huge big open world. Doesn't reinvent the wheel for open world games, but it's fun. Captures the magic of the films really rather well. And definitely feels like the first big sort of next gen game about. So yeah, pick it up. And Mike says, in honor of Nige, what was the last movie you watched and thought instantly that was shite? So that is a good question. What do you think, Sam?
Crikey, what did I watch that I thought was absolute dross recently? Oh God. Well, me and Mike have seen this film, unfortunately. She Dies Tomorrow, I thought was absolutely garbage. That film absolutely bored me to tears, especially when it had such a good concept to it. I really didn't like that film, but I'm thinking if there's anything that I hated I've seen since then. I wasn't a big fan of the film. Is it Ocean and Strix? I think it is. on Radiance Films. I really didn't like that one that much. Yeah, probably something like that, Pete.
Yeah, no worries, mate. What about you, Jamie?
Oh my God, I don't know. I don't really use the word shit for films. I don't know.
Is there a film that you were disappointed with?
I don't know what's coming to mind. There's just.
I'll come back to you. What about you, Mike?
It was just.
What did you say, Jamie?
I don't know. I can't really think.
Hey, no worries. No worries if you can't think of one. What about you, Mike?
There's a film I watched recently with Sylvester Stallone. It wasn't shit, but it wasn't that great. It was called Driven. He's like a race car driver.
God, yeah.
Yeah, it was just.
Never heard of that one.
It came out in like 2001 or something, but yeah, it wasn't great, to be honest.
Right. And what about you, Andy?
I can't really think of anything where I've gone, fucking hell, that was absolutely shite. I can't really think of one at the minute.
No worries. I think the last one that I thought was really bad was, well, it wasn't all shy, but I was disappointed with it, was Talk to Me. A lot of hype over that, and I thought,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't even know you. I didn't even know you watched that. To be fair, Pete.
Yeah, I thought it had a cool premise, but it just didn't work for me. The characters were unlikable. The whole premise didn't work out in the end, and just got too ridiculous. And another one that everybody seemed to love, Joyride. They thought it was the most hilarious film of the year. I thought it was crap.
Yeah.
I've got a film. It's
Go on.
not exactly shite, but I earn it 3 times, and I just don't really like it.
You owned it 3 times, though.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's the Elisa Vikander Tomb Raider. I'm just not a fan.
Oh, you cut me to the quick. I love that film. I'm probably the.
I've got it 3 times.
Pete, I've got another one as well. Ant-Man Quantumania, I wasn't a fan of either.
Oh, that is bad. Yeah, I do agree. That was the epitome of shit.
Ant-Man Quantumania is bad.
It is, yeah, and Thor: Love and Thunder.
But the thing is, I earn Ant-Man Quantumania, but the only reason I earn it because HMV, yeah, HMV, about a few months ago, about over a month ago, they had an offer on 2 for 30, and one of the 4Ks that was in the offer was Ant-Man Quantumania, so I got Ant-Man Quantumania and Scream 6. So
I'd have bought 2 copies of Scream 6 instead of Shatman.
So I got Quantumania and Scream 6. So yeah, I own the Blu-ray, which is
very
steel.
nice. Very nice.
I own the 3D Steelbook.
Very nice.
And then the last one is dirtier.
4K.
I actually got the 4K before I had the 4K telly.
Well, I'm very jealous because you've got a slippy cover on yours. I haven't on mine.
But technically what I could do, because on the CX website there's the steelbook in there of this, and I think it's got the 4K and 3D in. So technically, I feel like just taking the standard Blu-ray out and just sticking the 4K disc in and selling it and getting more money.
Wow. 3 copies of the film, and you don't like it.
You know what, though, Pete? I actually wouldn't mind checking that out, to be fair.
What, the Tomb Raider?
Yeah, in 2018, yeah.
I really enjoyed that one. Well, it was
It
really
did
good.
seem pretty decent from the trailer, to be fair, that did.
I think it's
not
probably
bad.
one of the more better video game movies for me. Right. We have Sorry saying last night I watched Killer Kites. You need to check it out. It makes Velocipasta look like Citizen Kane. I'll have to check out this trailer. You were talking about it last night, Sorry. We've got Velocipasta is at least funny to watch, though. Gary says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Gary. Hope you're doing well, my friend. He says, the Arrow Mario Bava box set I would buy immediately if that got a reissue. That would be cool if it did. It is a nice set. Minhaju says, did anybody buy Across the Spider-Verse on Blu-ray or 4K, and which do you prefer, Into the Spider-Verse or this new one, and why? I prefer the original one. This new one just felt like it was retreading on old ground. It took 2 ages to get going. The only thing I really did enjoy about it was like the parts about Gwen Stacy, and again the animated art style looks amazing. It just felt like it was taking its time to get going, just to build up for a second film, which has now been delayed for a good 3 or 4 years. But no, I haven't picked it up. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, I picked up it on a whim, actually, Into the Spider-Verse. I got it on the HMV $9.99 offer, and yeah, I thought it was really good. To be fair, nice looking 4K, and I might even pick up Across the Spider-Verse before the year is up, because it's meant to be one of the best films of the year. Slip with it, unfortunately. It was the same case with No Way Home, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, Sony don't give slips with their 4K films anymore.
Yeah, that's disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah, considering they're the ones who created the format of 4K, this and that. What about you, Jamie? Have you picked up Across the Spider-Verse?
Is that the new one?
Yeah.
No, the thing is, what's the first one, Into the Spider-Verse? I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of the first one. It's all right, but I just feel like it's overhyped as well. And I've not even watched the new one, and everyone's, it's the best comic book ever made. It's the best this, it's the best that. And I've not even watched it, and I'm like, I feel like that's overhyped already. I don't want to watch it, but I feel like that's probably going to be overhyped as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did really like the first film, Pete, but I do get where Jamie's coming from. It definitely got overhyped for me when I went into it. I did really like it, but it was like a solid 8 out of 10 when I was hoping it was going to be like, it was going to be like maybe like a 9 or above, but still it's still a good solid film, and hopefully on rewatch my score does bump up, to be fair.
Yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully so. What about you, Mike?
I've not seen the latest one, but I kind of feel the same about the same as Jamie with the first one. Like I thought it was all right, but for me, it was a movie that I think I respected more than I actually enjoyed. Like I respected it for like the animation and everything, but I just didn't really get that much enjoyment out of it, to be honest.
Yeah, I can get that. A lot of people weren't a big fan of it when it came out, even though it got like loads of plaudits. It took a long while for people to kind of really get into it. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, I love them both, to be honest. Couldn't really decide which one was my favorite, but for animation, I just thought the second one was a bit better.
Brilliant. Gary says Mark Mode gave the new Saw a decent review. Yeah, I did watch his review for it. Yeah, he really enjoyed it, surprisingly. Makes me want to go and see it even more now. Ian says in Zulu, as a favour to Stanley Baker, Richard Burton did the narration. Yeah. Oh yeah, how can I forget this one for like sci-fi? Ian says Hammer produced 1 million years BC, which was a massive hit. Who can forget the iconic image of Wakal Walsh? It's an excellent sci-fi film directed by Joseph Lucy based on Damned 61. Yeah. Awesome. Dalboy says I'm still in bed, you bell end. Oh good, don't forget those questions. Marvel fan says he's good night. Good night, Marvel fan.
Take care, mate.
Take care, mate. Charlie Bronson's here saying, evening chaps, I've just pre-ordered the Arrow Child's Play 4K box set. Glad I didn't spend a fortune on the Screen Factory releases. Hopefully you can source the first Child's Play on 4K, mate, because as the first one isn't included, but I hope you do enjoy your box set when it arrives. Minhaju says, what would be nice if Arrow get their hands on Nightmare on Elm Street franchise and release a deluxe set with all being on 4K with a hardback 200-page book and more? That would be good. I think that is the dream, just to get a Nightmare on Elm Street 4K release.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if we just get the first film to test the waters and they might do like what they've done with Scream. But I'd prefer if they did a big box set. What do you think, Sam? Nightmare on Elm Street box set?
I definitely would love to see that franchise get the 4K treatment. I mean, it's quite exciting for me now because I'm just tapping into the rest of the Elm Street series for the first time. But I can imagine the first one looking absolutely stellar in 4K. Would definitely get the 4K set of the franchise, absolutely. And same can be said with like Halloween, because over here we didn't even get a shot at a Blu-ray release of the most of the Halloween franchise, let alone 4K. So it'd be really nice if that franchise got some great treatment over here as well.
That's good. What about you, Jamie? Would you like Nightmare on Elm Street 4K box set?
I've just got it in my hand, actually.
Oh, he's got his there. Look.
Yeah, that's the one I've got.
I don't know. They're really old, and I don't see how it could make them any better, really, to be fair.
Yeah, I can get that. Mike, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably the dream release for a lot of people, the Nightmare on Elm Street films on 4K. I mean, I feel like Scream Factory will probably do them at some point, but it would be great if Arrow could do them, because obviously they've done Chucky. Well, they're doing Chucky, and I feel like they could definitely do a good release for Elm Street. But yeah, hopefully we'll get one soon.
Yep, and same goes for you, Andy.
Yep, I think the Elm Street movies would be perfect for Arrow.
Yeah. Got Charlie giving some thumbs up. Got Gary saying Exorcist 2 was shite. I'm intrigued to watch it. I want to watch it. Edward says, what do you think of the new Doctor Who 60th anniversary trailer? I did watch it. I thought it was actually coming back the other week, but no, it was just a trailer. Gave it a watch, and yeah, looks suitably epic. Great to see David Tennant back in there, as well as Catherine Tate as Donna Noble. Neil Patrick Harris looks like he's going to be having a whale of a time, and I'm intrigued to see what they do with it. Russell's back, so it should at least be quality, and the new guy is going to be in it as well, I think. So,
Be interested
to see what he's going to be like as the Doctor. Jury's out for me, but I'm more excited for it than I normally have been for Doctor Who. Sam, what about you?
Yeah, I fucking loved that trailer, mate. It blew me away, and I think it's the best Doctor Who trailer we ever got, to be honest. I really loved it. It's kind of just, and even that trailer alone, you know that the show's got a bigger budget to it now. The
Yeah, it
visuals
has.
and the scales just look on point. The editing is very much it's the editing's very much seems to be back on track now, because obviously the editing in the Chibnall era was absolutely atrocious. But yeah, and Murray Gold coming back as the composer. My favourite Doctor ever, David, coming back for the 3 specials. Yeah, it's very exciting times to be a Doctor Who fan again, and I'm really glad they've really gone all out with the marketing, and they've really done the new era service with all the marketing and promotion. So it's looking very exciting. And actually, Pete, because Neil Patrick Harris is playing the Celestial Toymaker, I'm currently reading that at the minute.
Oh wow, brilliant!
So that's been a brilliant read. So yeah, very exciting stuff.
Awesome. What about you, Jamie? Have you seen the trailer?
Yeah, it does actually look really good. Actually, to be fair.
You going to watch it, Ed? The show?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Mike, have you seen the trailer?
No, not seen it.
No worries. And Andy, what about you?
No, not seen it.
Ian says, totally agree with Pete about follow me. I think he means talk to me. Really just didn't work. Lost interest in it the longer it went and thought it was clever and cool, but just wasn't. Yeah, it was a massive letdown. We have Edward here saying, what's your favourite Tim Burton movie? Sleepy Hollow for me. Love it. It's just like quintessential sort of Tim Burton. Batman's up there as a close second as well, but love Sleepy Hollow. Oh, aesthetic of the film, the cast, perfect. Sam, what about you?
It's got to be Batman '89 for me, mate, because that is one of my favourite films of all time. And like you, Pete, it was great to see that on the big screen for Batman Day. Looked glorious on the big screen. And if I was to pick a second favourite Tim Burton film, I probably would go for Edward Scissorhands. Definitely, for sure.
Nice one. Yeah, very good one there. What about you, Jamie?
It's a tough one. I can't really think. I do like he did the Johnny Depp Sweeney Todd, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I really do like that one. I do like Batman '89.
That's good.
I don't know, it's a tough one.
Oh, no worries, mate. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, for me, it's Batman Returns. I just absolutely love that film, and closely followed by Beetlejuice.
2 fantastic films there. And Andy?
Edward Scissorhands and Batman.
Again, fantastic films. Great picks there. Sorry says, what's your favourite Brian Cox performance, TV or film? Wasn't Brian Cox in that new show called Succession that a lot of people were on about?
It was in X-Men 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In X-Men.
Yeah. He was in Brave. Huh?
He played Stryker in X-Men, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably just say X-Men.
He was in Braveheart, if I'm not mistaken, and he was in some of the Bourne films as well. I thought he was good in them, and really good underrated film. The Autopsy of Jane Doe, I liked him in that a lot as well.
He's in Red as well.
Which one? The one with Tom Sizemore, the one with Bruce Willis?
Bruce Willis.
Oh, he's in that one, is he?
Yeah, I do like Red.
Nice. What about you, Sam?
Was he in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Pete?
Yeah, he is.
I think
Was
so,
he?
yeah.
I'll go with that then.
Great stuff. What about you, Mike?
I'll go with Trick or Treat. He's got a really memorable role in that one.
Good stuff. And Andy, what about you?
Probably as Hannibal Lecter in Manhunter.
Yeah, that's a good pick with Manhunter. Right. We've got Minhaju here saying, Pete, have you played The Avengers on PS5? I have it, and I think it's quite terrible. Not a great film. Not a great film. Okay, he's repeated it twice. Played Avengers when it came out on PS4, and the story mode, I liked it. It was 8 hours long. Told a decent Avengers tale. The rest of the game, bugger me, is a bore. Post-game stuff is awful. Yeah, for some reason, I managed to waste about 40 hours on it. It's only about £2 or £3 now. It's worth picking up to try out the story mode, but it's not the greatest game. Nige says Violent Night 4K Steelbook is sold out. Anyone pre-ordered it? I certainly did. What the David Harbour film? I haven't seen it yet. Have you seen Violent Night or pre-ordered it, Sam?
No, I haven't seen it yet, May. I definitely want to check it out, though. Is it David Harbour plays? I don't know if it's like some version of Santa, I think. But I definitely would like to check that one out for sure. Definitely at Christmas time, definitely.
Yeah. Jamie, have you seen Violent Night?
David Harper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. I really enjoy it. It's basically Home Alone for adults. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Brilliant. Mike, what about you?
No, I've not seen it yet. Yeah, I need to check it out.
Yeah. And Andy?
Yeah, really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun, that film.
Ooh. Nige says, I'd like Scream Factory to get their mitts on the Elm Street series. That series, not fucking franchise, yeah, Bellends.
Yeah.
I'm up for Arrow releasing it as long as they put the unrated part 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'd like to see released? The Friday the 13th TV series about like the antique shop. I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And 3D ending of Freddy's Dead on a bonus 3D Blu-ray disc. Yeah, that would be good.
God, it feels weird seeing Nige in the comments and me on the stream.
It is a bit strange to see Nige in the comments, isn't it? So used to him being on the stream.
Yeah, I've never seen him in the comments before. Yes,
Yeah.
And
Well, we hope you're feeling better soon, Nige.
yeah,
You take care.
feeling better soon, Nige.
Yeah.
He's such a lovely guy, Pete. I've met him 3 times. It's always a pleasure when I've met up with Nige and been on streams with him. Yeah, great guy.
I can tell meeting up with him would be brilliant. Be nice one day to do that.
We did go and see the Warriors, me, him, Laura, and Ryan last month, and then the month before we went to see Jaws. That was incredible on the big screen. And then when I first met Nige was when it was John, and we went to the Metro Centre and had a great Blu-ray spree that day. So yeah, fantastic stuff.
Lovely to hear. Sounds like you guys had a wonderful time. Be nice to go to the cinema with Nige and you guys sometime.
Definitely, mate.
Edward says, is the Fist Alien the original movie? The first Alien. Yeah, Alien is the first film in the franchise or series. Yeah. Minhaju says, yeah, it annoys me that the Spider-Verse films are overrated and overhyped. Everyone loves it, but I don't think it's all that, but it's all right. Which is your favourite scary movie out of the Scary Movie franchise? Don't know.
It'd probably be the first one, weren't it?
I did watch the third one a few weeks ago, and that was a lot of fun.
They actually went up to 5, didn't they? And they got,
I
they
think
like
so,
took
yeah.
the mick out of Saw, and they got ridiculous. But I've not watched all the sequels.
They got shorter as they go along, because didn't you say, Andy, the fifth one's like only about 60 minutes?
Yep.
Wow.
What the fuck? I know in the third one it's got Leslie Nielsen in, hasn't it?
That was funny when he popped up.
Yeah.
There's a few fun moments in the third one, Al.
Oh,
Quite like that one.
and anyway, something to tell you. They're doing the first naked gun film in 4K out there on a steelbook.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I
I have seen. Yeah, it'd make more sense to do the trilogy. The first one seems just an odd one.
And
to get as much more money as possible, no doubt. But yeah, I think that'd be quite good on 4K.
Because they are all pretty solid films. All three of them. Like, there isn't a bad one.
I haven't seen the second or third one yet.
I need to rewatch them all again, but I like the bit where he goes into the office and the woman's up the ladder and he says, "Oh, nice beaver." And he says, "Oh, you know what? I've just had it stuffed." And she actually passes him a beaver. I think that's funny.
Yeah, that's a good one. So, Sam, what's your favourite scary movie?
I've not seen them in such a long time, mate. But from what I remember, I remember really enjoying the third one. The third one was a lot of fun from what I remember. The first one's good fun. Yeah, I definitely need to revisit them movies at some point. But the first and the third, I can remember being my favourites, definitely.
Yeah, I agree with you about the third one being a lot of fun. What about you, Jamie?
Pardon?
What's your favourite scary movie?
It'd be the first one, wouldn't it? I haven't watched them all. I don't think I watched the fourth one or the fifth one.
No worries, mate. And what about you, Mike? What's your favourite of them?
Probably the first one, but I do also have a soft spot for the second one.
Great stuff. And Andy?
I kind of like the first two equally.
Yep. Brilliant stuff.
What is the second one about? I can't remember.
It's kind of like a haunted house.
Oh, is that the one with that guy who's got his
good hand?
Dodgy hand, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the dodgy hand and he's like this in the mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
And then it's got Tim Curry in and she's humping a ghost on the ceiling. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
Minhaju says my favourite is No Way Home, and that's my Spider-Man film after Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man No Way Home beats Spider-Verse films without any doubt. Awesome. Minhaju says, which one do you love more, Andy? Spider-Verse films or No Way Home?
Which one do I like more? No Way Home.
Yeah. I think that'd be the same with me. No question.
Yeah.
Minhaju says, another reason why I love it is because of the nostalgia I have for Andrew Garfield, as he's my Spider-Man, my superhero, who understands the character. It was fan service done right. When people say it's such a show, I think they're bullshitting. It's an amazing Spider-Man film. See what you did there, Minhaju?
Yeah.
Richard says, hi everyone, all the best. Hey Richard,
Hello.
hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining. Nige says, I know I'm gobby in my comments, but I'm not well at all. Just don't think I'm up and about here. My legs are in pain and my head is banging. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, Nige.
Sorry to hear that, Nige.
I hope I hope your head gets better soon, and hope you find out what's causing it. We have Minhaji saying, "Oh yes, I also forgot, Mike. I know you pre-ordered the Hellraiser set, but did you opt for the Pinhead or the Chatter slip? I'm contemplating which one, but now I've got Chatter on pre-order."
Yeah, I pre-ordered the Chatterer one. I think my reasoning was because I've got the other box set I've got has Pinhead on the front, and I just thought just to change it up a bit, I'd just have one with Chatterer on the front, and plus I think that one looks pretty cool. So yeah,
Great stuff. And you'll be doing an unboxing for that one when that comes out?
yeah, I might do. Yeah, I'll see how I feel.
I'd be interested to see what the thing looks like, because I'm a little bit unsure about that one, whether it's going to be worth the money or not. Because it's a little bit more expensive than the Psycho set.
It is, yeah. Hopefully it'll be worth it. Yeah.
So, right, and that is the final comment of tonight. So, thanks ever so much, everybody, for watching. We've still got 30 people watching at home, so really do appreciate it. If you want to get some quick questions in before we finish, you're more than welcome to do so. But I'd like to thank everybody watching at home for watching the stream. It's been a lot of fun tonight. I'd like to thank Sam for joining. It's an absolute pleasure chatting to you, mate.
Oh, thank you, mate. Yeah, thanks so much for the invite, Pete. I always have a great time on these streams, as always. Thank you, buddy.
Do you want to just promote your Instagram page on here?
Yeah, definitely, mate. So I've got my Instagram, which is under DWhoFan98, and my letterbox under Sam Glendenning. Haven't got a YouTube channel as of yet for the foreseeable future, but I'm hoping to finally knuckle down and maybe get one eventually, maybe next year. I'm aiming for. So definitely looking forward to all that jazz.
Oh, it'd be great to see you do a channel, Sam. You've got the knowledge, and I think you'd be perfect for it.
Bless you, mate. Thank you.
Awesome. What about you, Jamie? Have you got any videos coming up on your channel soon?
Yes. Do you remember a while ago I did my last video, the one where I went to CX and I showed the Blu-rays?
Yeah.
There was the other video that I was meant to post afterwards, and it was the 4Ks. I never posted that. I'm actually doing a sequel video that's already filmed, but I need Jamie Powell to edit it. It's the very, very first episode, the very first video I did about my film hype and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm doing a follow-up to see where I am now. And then I do want to do another video where I want to talk about my Saw and how I met Turbin Bell and how that started, and a Saw X review. And I think that's it at the moment. But I need to
That all sounds fantastic, mate. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Been enjoying your content. It's all been fantastic.
Oh, thank you. It is appreciated.
It's great to see you finally making videos on your channel.
I know, it just feels weird, but I've had a lot of people say to me, Jamie, you're a natural on camera.
You certainly are. And you bring a lot of joy to a lot of people.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Keep up the great work, Jamie.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Thank you.
What about you, Mike? What you got coming up on the channel soon?
Yeah, I've just got like a few like horror related videos coming up, just because obviously it's October, and yeah, just like a few ranking videos and maybe a few like horror recommendation videos, and yeah, just stuff like that.
Great stuff. And Andy, what about you? I know you've been going through your years as well. You've been doing fantastic work with that.
Yeah, just the first 10 years of the 2000s this month. I'm going to try and get filmed my complete 4K collection.
Oh, fantastic stuff. That'd be great to watch. Everybody's links to their channels are in the description down below, so be sure to go and subscribe to them and check out all their awesome content. As for me, I've got a few Blu-ray hauls coming up. I'm going to try and do a PlayStation 5 collection. Probably do some sort of horror film picks for the season of Halloween, and try and do a 4K haul, like a 4K collection video as well. We've got Danny here saying, "Have a good one." Thanks ever so much
Take
for
care,
joining,
Danny.
Danny.
Take care, Danny.
Minhaji says, "Same as you, Mike. I had the pinhead on the Arrow set 2 with the trilogy." Sai saying, "Night night, guys. Night night, Sai."
Take care, Sai.
So if Arrow want to do a Pacific release, say like the original Halloween, they want to do an Arrow video, that do they have to have the right to something, or can Arrow just do any film they want?
They have to contact the rights owners to get permission to do it.
I'm really surprised they haven't done the Halloween films on Arrow, because I
They
think that
probably have, but they've been refused. That you could go to them and say, "Could we do your film?" and they'll probably say no.
Ugh.
That's the thing with like the Nightmare films.
I
They want to
think-
do that, but Warner Brothers says it's an active
I think
franchise.
the Halloweens, I think like the Halloweens, like Child's Play. Oh, Child's Play is getting done, but I think like the Halloweens would be perfect for Arrow.
Yeah, I think you'd be right there. Hopefully one day, because as we haven't got an official release over here in the UK, be great if they did that. I'd love to see Arrow do the other Rec films and do a Rec box set.
Yeah, that'd be good, Arrow. Yeah, I've got the Rec films. The thing is that's annoying about the Rec films, I've got the first one on Arrow, and then I've got the sequels on Blu-ray.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they did a Blu-ray. I doubt a 4K box set would happen, but a box set of them would be good with a booklet and that. Maybe even throw the American remake Quarantine in as well.
Yeah.
David says, "What's coming soon on your YouTube channels?" We did talk about that literally beforehand. Minhao says, "Has anyone seen Antlers? What's your thoughts on this one?" This one came out a couple of years ago, and I don't think it actually got a physical release over here.
No,
Kind of came and went a bit. Did you see it, Jamie?
No, I don't think it has got a release yet.
You seen it, Sam?
No, mate, didn't get around to that one, unfortunately.
Mike, did you see it?
No, not seen it.
And Andy, did you see it?
Yeah, got it on Blu-ray.
Oh, really?
It's not a bad little film. Yeah, it's all right.
Did you import it?
Yeah.
Minhaju says, "I think that one is underrated and a hidden gem gone under the radar, sadly." Yeah, sounds like it. Minhaju says, "Jamie, will you please get out a Blu-ray collection of yours soon?"
Okay, I will do. I'll try. But my editing, I can't edit. I don't know how to yet. At the moment, Jamie Powell does my editing, which is appreciated, and I have said thank you in the videos, and yeah, he does my editing. But the thing is, obviously, if I'm doing collections or updates and I don't know how to edit, the thing is, when obviously I have to film the video and send him it, but when you're trying to send a long video through Messenger, the won't send. Videos send through Messenger, I think it's up to about 9 minutes. So if you're trying to send a video that's like 10, 12, 15 minutes, it won't send. But obviously, if it's like 9 minutes, but I reckon I could do a complete collection video, but obviously I will have to do each letter, and I just think that'd probably be easier.
I think if you did a live stream of it probably would be easier, because you ain't got to worry about editing at all. You can just have a stack of them there and just go, "Here you go, here you go, here you go."
But the thing is, you'll get questions and people you asking you this, and then you lose track. I know Scott did it.
Yeah, I think how Scott did it was quite good. I think that was definitely the best way to do it because it's more to do with the editing, saves on the editing. But whatever works for you, mate. And if you do them like alphabetically, it can be quite easier.
The thing is, if you're doing a complete collection in one go and it's like an hour or two long or an hour long, people probably won't sit there for an hour long.
That's true. That's true.
That's why Big Paulie, when he does his in letters. So you could have like 10 minutes of A, F, P, you know. And when
Do you
do
have
all
your
the-
films alphabetized, Jamie?
Yeah, because I don't know how to have them any other way, really.
Well, then that's no issue. I mean, for me, I don't have them alphabetized. I just have them in any order, so it would be hard for me. But for you to do it alphabetically, it'd be quite easy. So yeah, that's understandable, mate.
I just think alphabetical's easier.
It'd be great to see your collection when you do it, mate.
Yeah. The only ones that I don't have in my alphabetical collection is obviously in my bedroom. I have my DC stuff. Obviously, I've got the Disney live action remakes together, the Disney Pixar's and the Disney ones. And then obviously, I've got my Star Wars ones that are separate. And then obviously, I have my Arrow stuff separate. And obviously, my Christopher Nolan, I have a bookcase dedicated to him. But other than that, and I don't have my MCU stuff. I have all that separate. Well,
I guess you'll be pre-ordering the 4K of Oppenheimer when it gets announced.
Yeah, it is a masterpiece. I still need to review that, actually.
I'd love to see that.
I watched the scene on Instagram. You know the scene where he tests the bomb, where they do the bomb and they're literally about to blow the bomb up.
Yeah.
There was a scene in the cinema where someone, where it's about to, the bomb's about to go off, but someone farts.
That's good.
Someone farts, and it's literally gonna go off, and you just stay like, and it is quite funny.
Minhaju says, I'm looking forward to watching The Descent 2 tonight. It's been a while, but I do remember being good, but my memory is so vague on it. First Descent I quite liked. Really good, little underrated film. Haven't seen the second one. Have you, Sam?
I've not seen either of them, mate. No, but I think they're meant to be pretty solid British horror movies, so I definitely would like to check them out.
The first one's done by the director of Dog Soldiers, so it's pretty good quality. What about you, Jamie? Have you seen the Descent films? He's got them, so he'll show them.
Yeah. Yeah, I have them. Yeah.
Great stuff. Do you like them?
Yeah, I really like the first one. I think it's really good, and I do need to rewatch the. Oh yeah, technically I forgot about these. I need to rewatch these.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Just to let you all know.
Yeah.
You'll probably know this in future. So you know when you go in CX and they have like them special slip covers, and it has like a special film on the slip cover, like and obviously the stickers get pulled. That's what happens.
Oh yeah, it takes the gloss off.
That's it, the gloss, and I do find that annoying.
Yeah, it's a pain. I do agree.
That it does annoy you, but if it's a black, and also another thing that I do, and probably no one would probably ever think of this. So if I buy a film and the slip cover's really tatty, basically I have a black marker or a black Sharpie, and I just colour all the little white bits in.
That's a crafty little tip there, Jamie. That's really good.
That's actually what I do.
Great to hear that. Really good little tip there, and I'm sure a lot of people will try that at home. So, what about you, Mike? Have you seen the two Descent films?
I've only seen the first one, but yeah, it's pretty good.
The second
Great.
one's not a patch on the first.
I would imagine it isn't that good. Yeah.
Not a patch on the first.
Nah. And Andy, have you seen them?
Only seen the first one.
Yeah.
Just remember that ending. Oof.
Oh, certainly. Joe says, thanks for all you do. You make us collectors very happy. Thanks ever so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks ever so
Thank
much
you.
for your support, Joe, and everybody who watched and commented on the streams and videos. All means a lot. It does. David says, looking forward to all your videos soon and watching them. Thanks ever so much, David. You all have fantastic YouTube channels and keep up your amazing work. Thank you.
Well,
We
thank
really
you.
do appreciate it. Minhaju says, oh yes, Andy, your 4K, that would be nice. As always, love your Blu-ray hauls, P. Awesome, looking forward to them. Again, thank you, Minhaju. Minhaju says, I would love Arrow if they got the license for Pacific Heights, or Pacific Heights would go to Second Sight. Would be nice, but you said, dude.
Is that the film Andy likes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, you said to the rights that probably wouldn't happen, Andy.
Yeah, I don't think it would. I'm not sure why, but yeah, I don't know. It's a Warner Brothers film. I think it'd be great if like Arrow could get their hands on it.
Yeah, I know this is a daft question, but it'd be good if they could do an Arrow release of Full Monty.
I wouldn't say no to that.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Or even something like BFI, because they do some nice big box sets. They do.
Even the Mummies with Brendan Fraser, they'd be amazing on Arrow.
Yeah. But they've got a 4K box set, haven't they? The Mummies.
Yeah, because the thing is with Arrow, they can do kind of anything, because the one film that they've done that you'd never think could ever get an Arrow release, and it's Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, that was a very out of the blue announcement for them to come on Arrow.
So they can do anything.
Yeah, they'll probably do some more Scorsese stuff. Because they did Hugo as well. We've got Stebo here saying, hi guys, great stream. Do you know if The Fugitive is coming to 4K in the UK? I know it's been announced for America, coming by Warner Brothers. Looks really nice. Hasn't been announced over here yet, but I would imagine it would come pretty soon in the next couple of months. Worst case scenario, if it doesn't come, you can always import it as it is region free. Anybody else heard if it's coming over here to the UK yet?
I've heard it's coming out in other countries, but the artwork that I've seen, I don't know if it's the steelbook of the 4K over there. It's basically the dam, innit? It's basically where he's stood on the dam, and then you've got Tommy Lee Jones pointing the gun at him, and then on the back, I think it's literally him jumping in the water. And then on the seat, then in the steelbook, it'll probably be him in the lake or something like that.
Yeah. But that's a great film. That is really one of Harrison's best. Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones is great as well in it.
Yeah, I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
You heard anything about the release coming over here, Mike?
Haven't heard anything, but I imagine it will come over here because it's Warner Brothers, and I think they do tend to release them simultaneously. I can imagine it coming in one of those like Warner Brother type box sets that they've been doing. I hope they do anyway.
Yeah, I think I've seen it, and it's got like the gold and like 4K logo, as they love to do just lately.
Yeah.
Minhaji says, I'm sure it'll be a masterpiece video when you bring out your Blu-ray 4K collection with all of them. I can imagine being dubbed, it's a masterpiece. Right, Sam's just gone.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I think Sam's popped back. Here he is. You
must
okay,
admit,
Sam?
Pete. Yeah, I must admit, Pete. You know, it's been what 3 hours and 44 minutes we're coming up to now in,
Yeah,
and it's honestly gone fantastically. This internet tonight.
yeah,
You know,
that's good.
that was like the first glitch within almost 4 hours. So I'm really been impressed with this internet tonight. To be fair.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic. It's great to see
Yeah.
that there hasn't really been many technical issues, touch wood, till now, so that's good to hear. Danny says Dropbox is a free account where you can put 2 gigabytes to store and share your files, Jamie.
Pardon?
You can use Dropbox to send your videos to be edited because you can
thank
put 2
you for
gigabyte
that,
files.
yeah. Yeah, because obviously Jamie Powell does my editing, but thank you. And basically, I send him the clips for him to edit, but they're like less than 9. They'll have to be less than 9 minutes because they're hard to edit. Or if it's a collection video, obviously you can do that in stages, or you can edit videos and put them together in clips, send clips and then edit it in one. That's different. But if you send in one video of a messenger, they don't send.
Yeah, they don't.
Like
As
over a certain time.
file size, yeah.
I think if it's over 9 minutes, I think if it's 9 minutes or 8 minutes, around 8 minutes, you should be fine.
Sounds good to me. Well, hopefully that'll help you do the editing as well.
Yeah.
We've got David here saying amazing live stream tonight, guys. Thanks ever so much, David. Really do appreciate it.
Thanks, mate.
Really had a great time tonight. Minhaju says, Mike, I really enjoyed your recent Blu-ray haul pickup video. I thought you had some cool titles in there. Keep it up, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Gary says, a new movie I'm looking forward to is When Evil Lurks. Any of you excited for that? I haven't even heard of it. Anybody else heard of that one?
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah. The other night, I think it was yesterday, a YouTube video popped in my feed on YouTube, and I think it was a trailer for something called Priscilla. Is that an Elvis spin-off?
It's based on Priscilla Presley. It's done by A24.
Oh, so it's another Elvis thing.
Yeah, but it's more about his wife, Priscilla, more than anything.
Who's playing his wife?
I don't know.
Guaranteed that'll probably get an Oscar, or that'll get a lot of buzz.
It's done by Sophia Coppola, who done like Lost in Translation, so it could be pretty good.
Is Elvis going to be in the film?
Elvis is in the film, but I think it's an unknown actor playing him. I did check him out in the trailer, and I don't know.
If they were doing Elvis, they'd get who played Elvis in the film?
Austin Butler.
Yeah, you'd get Austin Butler to play.
Well, I
Elvis.
guess they haven't got the budget for it, and because it's going to be a different sort of film, it's going to be less about him and more about his wife. So I don't know what to make of it. But I've just checked out this When Evil Lurks, and it seems to be getting some positive buzz, and it sounds quite cool. About a demon being born into like a small town or something. It could be good. Thanks for telling us about it, Gary. David says, Pete, when you doing a live stream of your movie collection, that would be amazing to see. Well, you know what? That is something I'd like to do. It's just like getting the time to do it and like getting the films stacked up to do. But yeah, I definitely want to try and it'll definitely be in parts, mate, but I'll be up doing one of them. Be like a shelf of a stream, I should think. Minhaji says, yes, how can I forget? We need to see your entire collection, Pete. All of your Blu-rays and 4Ks and all your sealed copies. It'll be great. I know I'm going to love it. You're going to be like saying, how many of these films are still sealed, Pete? Edward says, when do you think Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny and Barbie movie will come out on Blu-ray? Barbie's already getting a release in middle of October for America, so I imagine we'll probably get it end of the month, start next. Indiana Jones, I don't think there's even a pre-order up for that yet.
I thought apparently originally Barbie wasn't getting a 4K release, but now it is.
Yeah, well, it had to get a 4K release because it made all the money it did. It would be bizarre if it didn't. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to probably getting Barbie when it comes out. I did enjoy the film. It's definitely got its faults, but it's still an entertaining time. Ryan Gosling, so good in it. Indiana Jones, I ain't too fussed about it, but I probably may get it when it drops down a bit just to complete the collection.
Yeah.
And he's back. Gary says Edward Barbie will definitely be out before Christmas. They will sell loads of copies of that. Oh, of course they will. Minhaji says, what's worse, A Nightmare on Elm Street not having the 4K treatment or the Halloween franchise? What I would also love is if we got an Arrow Deluxe set, they need to include the series in the remake. While the Halloween franchise have got 4K releases, they're just in America. The Nightmare on Elm Street franchise hasn't even got any 4Ks at all, so I think we'd all agree and say like the Nightmare on Elm Street is the ones that need to see some sort of 4K release, at least in America, so people can import them.
Yeah.
And Haji says Halloween franchise does not have a 4K treatment, does it in the UK? But I've got the Midnight Factory set I imported from Amazon. I think the original film is in on 4K. You can get the original on 4K over here, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. I think I saw it in CX once.
It's out of print. It's out of print, I
Okay.
think.
What is?
The original Halloween on 4K, I think.
What? Why?
I don't know. I've never seen it about, but I've only seen it in HMV, not CX. Pretty certain it's out of print. It's quite expensive in CX. It has a producer's cut of 3 and 4. But every film's on Blu-ray. Minhaji says, has anybody seen The Autopsy of Jane Doe? I have that on Blu-ray, and wow, such a good horror film. Yeah, I do have that. I was kindly sent that by Dalboy and really did enjoy it with Brian Cox. It's a very claustrophobic film, but keeps you on the edge of your toes and very snappy runtime. I never really heard much about it, but so glad that he sent me it. It's a lot. Really enjoyable film. A lot of fun. You seen it, Mike?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's quite creepy.
Yeah. You seen it, Andy?
No, I haven't. It's one I've been meaning to get round to, though.
Yeah, it definitely is well worth watch. Really good, underrated little horror film. Sam, have you seen it?
I haven't, mate. I do remember you getting it sent a subscriber mail from Del Boy, but no, I haven't got round to checking that one out as of yet.
Awesome. And what about you, Jamie? Have you seen it?
No.
No worries. And the final comment of tonight is Minhaji saying, what are your favourite revenge films? What comes to mind are Eden Lake, You're Next, The Last House on the Left. I'm sure I know what more I can think of them. Well, the Death Wish films, they're really good revenge films. And also Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon. That is so good.
I just said.
I do want to check that one out, Pete.
What did you say, Jamie?
I just said Death Sentence.
Oh, did you? Sorry, mate. I didn't hear you. But yeah, that's a great film. You really enjoy it, Jamie?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Sam, what about you? Revenge films?
Hands down, Dead Man's Shoes, mate. Yeah, it's... Oh. Pete?
4 hour mark.
What did you say, Sam? I just cut out then.
Oh, no worries, mate. I was just saying Dead Man's Shoes. Definitely, that's definitely my favourite revenge film. I cannot wait to see that at the cinema on Tuesday. And it's going to be, Mike, did you see that's first time viewing of that as well? So, yeah, very excited to check that one out again on Tuesday.
Another one that's good as well, but I don't think it'll be many people's cup of tea is I Am Wrath with John Travolta.
Not heard that one,
I've
mate.
heard of that.
It's basically, obviously, just living his normal life with his wife. He's in a parking lot with him and his wife. They're putting the stuff together in the car. Someone wants money or something. Basically, they kill John Travolta's wife. they get the people that did it, but they go scot-free because they know a lot of people out there or something, so they get off, and then John Travolta goes and hunts them down.
Brilliant. Sounds good. I think I do have that in like a Blu-ray little box set.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds fun. I'll have to dig it out. Sounds like a very entertaining film. Nice. What was the other one? I was thinking of a Steven Seagal film. That's the sort of revenge one. The one with Kelly LeBrock in it. What's it called now? Hard to Kill. That's a revenge film, I think. That was really good.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
Definitely License to Kill.
Yes, how can I forget that one? One of the best Bond films and a perfect revenge film.
Yeah.
I didn't know
what about
License to Kill was a revenge film.
Yeah, it is.
Didn't know that.
It's a really brutal Bond film. Have you seen it, Jamie?
Yeah.
And Andy, what will yours be?
I Spit on Your Grave and The Nightingale.
Ooh, rough one with The Nightingale. A good film. Really good.
Another one that, sorry Pete, another one that comes to mind as well is Vigilante. That's a really good film.
Yeah, I've heard about that one. That's on 88 Films, isn't it?
Yeah, really good.
I'll have to check that one out. Roman Harju saying Barbie on DVD has got to have a pink Amaray case released in the UK. If you go to HMV, they have an exclusive for it. Very nice. I see the 4K front cover of it, and it looks really nice. The 4K edition does, but again, no release date yet. And the final comment of the night is from Soph saying, just popping on to say, hey guys, lovely seeing my Sammy G in the house. Hey Soph,
Hi,
hope you're doing well.
Hey,
Thanks
Soph.
for joining. So yeah, that is the final comment of tonight now. Yep, just under 4 hours long, and it's been an absolutely blast of a stream. So thanks ever so much, Sam, for joining. It's been great chatting.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
Pleasure as always, Pete.
And thank you, Jamie, for joining. It's always fun talking to you, mate.
Yeah, you too.
And thank you to Andy and Mike for joining as well.
Yep, no worries.
Yeah, so be sure to join us again next time for another fun live stream where Andy, Mike, Nige, and a few special guests will join us for another Wednesday night movie live stream at 7:30. So you guys take care and see you all on the next stream. Bye.
Take care, guys. See ya. Bye.
Bye.